Rising, Grand Rising, Great Rising. I am up early. Um, Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Great Rising. Hey, Miss Magar. You up early. All right, so let's get some morning inspiration. Oops, no, okay, my link is good. Ooh, we got the judgment card in the full card. You guys, a new beginning. Okay, this is so good. I just did some bibliomancy, and I think I had Isaiah. I turned the page, I read it. It was a short passage. I'm going to do bibliomancy really quick to see what this message is about because we have the judgment card, and at the bottom we have the fool. So this is actually a really good omen that something new is going to start for somebody out there watching. Okay. Hi, Shani. Okay, so if you don't know what bibliomancy is, it's when you use books for divination, specifically the Bible. I like to use the Bible, but you use different books. So basically, you just let the Bible open up, or whatever book you're using open up, and then whatever passage your eyes fall on me. Sometimes I use my finger. Um, you're being divinely led to it for a particular reason. So I'm going to do bibliomancy because yesterday I had did some manifestation work, and I like to incorporate certain Bible verses, uh, written affirmations, just different techniques. And it was so interesting because I was doing it for specific reason. There's specific verses that you can use for specific reasons, of course. And there was a verse that had come up for me, and I think I fell back on that today. This Isaiah verse. Hey, some kids, how are you? Grand Rising. Everyone's up early. I'm so happy. I've been up since four something. I fell asleep on my couch. I was watching Transformers, and I fell asleep last night. I was up. Okay, so wow, Ezekiel. So this is very interesting, but my eyes actually fell on Lamentations. And I don't usually fall on this side of the Bible, but this is very interesting. So Lamentations 5, and this doesn't, you don't have to be, religious or subscribe to a specific, spiritual practice. Okay. This is more interpreted. You interpret based on your own understanding, what you're guided to, um, what you're being guided to do. Sometimes this is it's advice, sometimes it's confirmation. It just depends. But my eyes landed on Lamentations chapter 5, and I'm going to read verse 1 through 3. Well, actually, I actually want to read the whole thing. Um, Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. So this is important. And for me, sometimes what I like to do is I like to go to different translations, like to make just plain English. If it's hard for you to understand the King James version, but I like to go and look at multiple translations of the same verse. I usually use different apps to do that. Um, but I'm going to put in Lamentations. Do you guys know what lamentation means? Lamentation means um, a passionate expression of grief or sorrow, like crying, weeping. So this is why this is important. Okay. I mean, I don't usually, like I said, land on this side of the Bible. And the reason I said that is because Lamentations is basically someone, it's I forgot who wrote this book, who inspired this book. It says Lamentation describes the funeral of a city. It is a tear-stained portrait of the once proud Jerusalem, now reduced to rubble. So this is Jeremiah. Jeremiah writes his laments. Um, so basically, this is Jeremiah grieving the loss of Jerusalem. It's a short book, but it is, him expressing his grief. So this is very important. Okay. Now everyone's going to resonate, but if you have been lamenting, if you've been crying, if you've been in suffering, if you've been going through something, this might speak to you. And if it does, just let me know. Okay. So remember, let me go back. Let me backtrack so that you can understand what judgment is. Judgment is a major arcana. So when you start, if you are a tarot reader, if you want to start reading tarot, the major arcanas, there's 21 cards. And the judgment card is the card right before the last card of the deck, which is the world card. Okay. So it's very important to note that this card is a representation of fulfilling your a particular phase in your life, just depending on the context of the reading. Because remember, everything has to be in context. So judgment also represents a decision. It represents karma. Traditionally, as you can see, he's blowing a trumpet, and this has a lot of significance. But this is an Egyptian. The theme of this particular deck is it has Egyptian motifs in symbology. But as you can see, he's on the staircase that ascends. Do you notice that the stairs are going up? So he's kind of like at the base of the stairs. Traditionally, you would see like on a Rider Waite tarot deck, the what was depicted was the angel blowing a trumpet, and then you have people coming out of their caskets rejoicing, right? Because it represents resurrection. I need you guys to pay attention to the words that I'm using. To be resurrected is very significant because think about it. Let me pull out the traditional picture so that you can understand. We have coffins on the card. So that means that, someone passed away, right? Lamentation is talking about grieving. And in context, if we were to kind of think about why would Spirit show us one of the ending cards of the tarot deck, and then at the bottom we have zero, which is the first card. Do you see what I'm saying? The bottom card is the unknown, or for me, in the context of this reading that I'm pulling, this is saying that after this judgment, it's predicated on this judgment that you make or some sort of action that you take. It brings you into this full energy, which is a new beginning, a renewal, right? Which is significant because we're looking at something here that is indicative of suffering, but going through a resurrection, which means that symbolically something has died or something has ended, and then after that ending, here comes a renewal. We also need to take in consideration that 20 is the second to last card. So there is one more card, right, before you start the cycle again. Because remember, the major arcana start from 0 to 21, and we have card 20 being presented to us. So this kind of makes me feel like you're almost at this finish line, right? There's something that's happening in your life. The judgment card for me is a cleansing energy. So there's something being cleansed. But it is predicated on you going through this period where you're reflecting, because the judgment card is talking about looking at all the past actions, looking at everything you've been through, and gaining an understanding and being able to move forward, right? It's a card of forgiveness as well. It's a card of not only new beginnings, but it is also a card. Actually, you know what? I'm actually getting another channeled message for the Judgment card, and I want to make sure I take my time with this message because I feel like, I believe in serendipitous um, occurrences, instances. Like I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I think that certain people were meant to hear this message, especially me, because trust me when I say that the last quarter of 2021 was pretty rough. Okay. And I don't know for you guys, but um, it was pretty rough for a lot of people because we are moving out of a 6 cycle. We're moving in, or 6 year, we're moving into a 7 year. What that means is when you add up um, 2023, you get 7. And we're moving into this time of this spiritual awakening. Um, and we're all kind of going through the motions of spiritual transformation, spiritual awakening. And we know that with that, there is this dying off phase, right? A dying of the old self, a dying of an old era. And we're moving into something new. And with that comes a lot of change, and sometimes this change can be very uncomfortable. Okay. So I wanted to pull up something from this Judgment card because I'm getting um, I'm getting another channel message for someone that has been in this energy of lamentation or has been in this energy of being give me a second so that I could choose my words. Wounded. And it's so interesting. I was going to say broken down, but I hesitated to say that because I don't want you to. Because yesterday I felt very defeated. I felt very defeated, right? And sometimes when we feel broken down, we kind of we lose faith. We're not as optimistic. You are wounded, right? But you're not completely broken. Does that make sense? And it's so interesting because wounded is here right at the top of this page. Um, so if you guys have felt wounded, like from a situation, and it could be any situation, it could be relationship, it could be work, it could be your finances. There's this wounded feeling, like you've been wounded, and you're still recovering from that wound or those wounds. Okay, so I feel like you guys have are the energy that's coming through is that a situation has been judged harshly, and I can attest to this. Have you ever had a situation in your life that you kind of, it was you made it bigger than what it really was, or you could not see the forest past the trees? Like, you know what I mean? Like there was a situation where you were so worried, you were so consumed with fear that you did not allow space to be able to see the bigger picture of the situation that was happening, because you were more focused on what was happening instead of focusing on the solutions or the positive of the situation. So there's a situation that you may be judging very harshly. Okay, Chiron, yeah, Chiron. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of you guys and what you guys are saying. Thank you guys, and please don't forget to like the chat. Okay, so sometimes when you're judging a situation too harshly, you're unable to see, with clarity, and you're unable to move forward or make a solid plan, right? So it can be an indication that you're judging yourself or situations or other people harshly. But it can also indicate that you have achieved a level of clarity and composure that allows you to calmly evaluate yourself and your choices in order to make positive decisions. So this is what Spirit is saying, to get into a place of acceptance and finding your equilibrium in a situation so that you can actually move in a positive direction, because there could have been this, energy of you going through so much, maybe having a couple of towers, and you have not been in a space to be able to perceive the situation and to perceive why things are happening. We all hear the same things happen for a reason, right? We hear that all the time when it comes to situations or life, or when it comes to finding an explanation of why things happen. We always hear that blanket, things happen for a reason, and it is true. But in context to this energy coming through, and me being pulling this lamentation, and I'm going to go back to this Bible, this chapter in the Bible, so that we can tie this message together in context. There's something that you've experienced, and now it's time to let it go. Now it's time to move forward, because there is an opportunity for you to go towards a new path, rather. Okay, to move forward in a new direction. Beautiful distant horizons. This is good. This is good. See, at the bottom, sudden wealth. So some of you guys, your issue is money. Your issue is finances. You feel unstable. Okay. So another message of the judgment card is that you have come through your past karmic lessons, right? It's a completion. It's okay. I learned from my mistakes. I've learned from the choices and decisions I've made, right? So you've come through your past karmic lessons with increased self-awareness, and you are allowing healing to take place so that you can move forward in a positive direction. Okay. So if you have a big decision to make, which we see here, right? Because the Fool card is also indicating that there may be some sort of risk that you need to take. And this card represents hope, wishes, and dreams. So some of you guys have been hoping and wishing for change. And this is saying, and not to sound harsh, stop your crying. Stop your crying and really focus on what it is that you want to manifest and bring in for yourself. Okay, if that makes sense. All right. So let's read Lamentation 5, chapter 5. Okay. And this is bibliomancy. And if you want to do some more research about it, and it really does work. It's just another form of divination. So Jeremiah writes here, remember, oh, you know what? I want to actually get a plain, I'm gonna get a different version, just to make it easier to understand. Because sometimes, the New James Version, um, Jeremiah chapter 5. Let's get it in New Translation. I use Bible Gateway, but there's different ones. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Why did I say Jeremiah? Did y'all catch that? Where did I get Jeremiah from? Okay, the person that wrote the book. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, you guys. It's Lamentations chapter 5. And if you have a Bible, you can follow along if you want to. This is not church, but if you want to take some notes. All right. Um, all right. So here we go. Remember, God, what has happened to us. It says Lord, but through my research, Lord is really not the right word to use in context. The translations were a little off. But, anyways, remember, God, what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace, right? So he's basically crying out, right? So think of this as, you talking to God, like you having a conversation, and you're stating your plea. And this is something that I do all the time. I actually I had a conversation with Hagar about this. Like I do talk, and me, with me, I'm very rebellious. Sometimes, I compare myself sometimes, depending on the situation. If you are a mother, have you ever had your child like be upset and they're telling you how they feel about a situation, and they're kind of like just they're very upset. They're blowing up, the situation, making it a big deal. As a parent, you're listening to your child and you're just like, it's not even that serious. Calm the fuck down. So sometimes I'll be like really in my feelings, and I'll be like telling my ancestors or speaking to God about a particular situation. And even and it depends. It could be serious. It could be like, someone's sick in your family, something, you are going through a crisis, and you're pleading and you're stating like, this is what we're going through, and you're asking God, or your ancestor, your spirit guides, for a resolution. So he's saying, remember, like, look, God, like, look at what has happened to us. See our disgrace, our inheritance. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers. So what belonged to Jerusalem, right? And Jerusalem is a city, but we're looking at Jerusalem as a group of people, okay, as an entity. The inheritance has been given to strangers. So he's making it. He's saying that they took from him, or the people of Jerusalem, something that was owed to them has been given to strangers, right? And he is saying our homes to foreigners. So what, their dwelling place, foreigners have taken over. We have become fatherless. Okay. Listen to what he is saying, the language he is using here. So this is indicative of abandonment, right? And let me know if you're on the same page as me. We become fatherless. Our homes, our inheritance, else has taken over it. Our mothers are widows. We must buy the water we drink. This sounds like what we're going through now. Single mothers, fathers not in a home, paying all this money for water. What? Is that what he's saying? Too many baby mothers. No, fathers are not in a home taking care of the kids. Okay, let me go. Keep going. Our wood can be had only at a price. So they can only purchase wood in supply. So the wood represents the bare necessities. So he's basically saying, God, the same shit that I be saying, like, when shit gets tight or when there's something happening, he's saying, we have to pay for our subsistence, right? Or we're being taxed very highly for things that should be free. We're struggling, for just the bare necessities. Getting wood, we have to pay for it, and it says, those who pursue us are at our heels. So he's referring to the oppressors. And we are weary. I wonder if I can get a better translation. This is the New International Version. Let me see if I can get, hold on. Okay. Yeah. So he's saying we have become fatherless orphans. Our mothers have become widows. We must pay money. I'm using the New English translation. We must pay money for our own water. Okay. We must buy our own wood at a steep price. Exactly. Okay. So that's why I like to use multiple translations. Even though I can read it and understand, I like to just because, there's other people that are watching that might need to hear it in just plain English. So he's basically saying, like, they're taxing on water. This is basically talking about inflation. We are pursued. They are breathing down our necks. We are weary and we have no rest. We have submitted to Egypt and Assyria in order to buy food, right? So let's just think about these as governments, okay? Government bodies. Like, we have to submit just to buy food. This is so interesting because I feel like this is like foreshadowing what we're going through now. Our forefathers sinned and are dead, but we suffer their punishment. Slaves rule over us. There is no one to rescue us from their power. At the risk of our lives, we get our food because robbers lurk in the wilderness. Our skin is as hot as an oven due to fever from hunger. They rape women in Zion, virgins in the towns of Judah. Princes were hung by their hands, elders were mistreated. The young men perform menial labor, boys stagger from their labor. The elders are gone from the city gate. The young men have stopped playing their music. Our hearts no longer have any joy. I'm going to read that one again. Our hearts no longer have any joy. Our dancing is turned to mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this, our hearts are sick. Because of these things, we can hardly see through our tears. So he is lamenting. He is, you can tell he's going through things, or he's describing what this nation is going through, or this body of people, or this entity, okay, this group of people. And we know that in reference to Jerusalem, this is referencing what people have been kind of coining as the chosen people and all that stuff, just in context. Um, and then he's putting here, for wild animals are prowling over Mount Zion, which lies desolate. But you, O Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures from generation to generation. Why do you keep on forgetting us? So he's not happy. And one thing that I said in my conversation yesterday is, well, maybe prior to that, me personally, I I'm very expressive. I don't believe in the you got to suffer to get your reward. That's just me. I don't believe in that. I don't. So I'm very careful with the interpretations, because remember, a lot of us grew up in certain religious practices or the church, and we've been taught to believe a certain thing for so long. We've been, a lot of us, especially the diaspora, like people of color, we've been taught our whole lives that we're cursed people, right? If you really read the Bible, it talks about enslaved people. This whole part is talking about what happened to the people of Jerusalem, right? How they fell from their glory, and it talks. And there's a lot about slavery, and there's a lot about just how the people had to go through so much for their salvation, right? Wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. Do you see what I'm saying? There's so much that things that were happening. So you have to take into account that these people have suffered. So he's talking about their suffering. So this is in reference to this judgment energy. Part of the judgment energy is, remember what I said on the traditional, and I was supposed to pull that card, and I'm going to do that now. Remember I said that the traditional imagery on that particular card is people coming out of their coffins, right? Because they're waiting on the resurrection day. Based on the doctrines of Christianity, the belief is that even if you've passed away, when Judgment Day comes, you would rise up and you would be judged according to your acts. God would open up the book of life and say, this is what you've done, and your reward, right? This is just based on the religious doctrine of Christianity. And there's different variations of it, but just the reward would be, you either go to heaven based on your deeds, or you don't, right? You go to the other place, right? But in the tarot deck, because we go past, religious doctrine, we in the tarot deck, we kind of look at, and this is for people that like really study tarot. If you're just reading tarot cards and you're just reading the meanings, the general meanings that came in a little pamphlet that came with your cards, then you're not, well versed in the actual deep occult meanings. Damn, I did have that deck. Oh, here it is. I want y'all to see, because it needs to make sense to everybody. And if it doesn't make sense, if you don't feel like listening to this, that's okay. But for the people that really want to receive the message, look at these people coming. You see how the coffins are open? Do you see Angel Gabriel, and he's blowing his trumpet? Now, what do you see them doing? They are praising, they are celebrating. And you want to know why? Because this is Judgment Day. This is when they're going to get their reward for all their suffering. That is the symbology of one of the symbolic meanings of this card. They're rejoicing because Judgment Day has come, and now they get to, go into their afterlife or get their reward. But anyways, he says, why do you keep forgetting us? Why do you forsake us so long? Bring us back to yourself, O Lord, so that we may return to you. Renew, okay, listen to this, renew our life as in days before, unless you have utterly rejected us and are angry with us beyond measure. So this is judgment. Now, I talked about you judging yourself harshly, you judging a situation. This is also indicative of you being judged, okay, based on your actions. So this is saying, and again, I don't subscribe to the whole you're going to be punished, doctrine for your sins or whatever. But what I think this what this is about looking at everything that's happened to you, and you need to make a decision if you're happy with the way your life is going. And what this is saying is, if you're not happy with the way your life is going, what kind of decisions can you make to improve the quality of your life? What could you do, right? Because you have the power to make these changes. You have the power to make a decision on your behalf. And what this is saying is, you have you are in the process of making these decisions because you're tired. You're tired of crying. You're tired of suffering. You're tired of being broke. You're tired of being lonely. You're tired of being rejected. You're tired of struggling, right? So this is saying that you're reaching a point in your journey, because that's what the tarot deck is talking about, the fool's journey. He's going on a journey. He's a fool. He doesn't know anything. But through his journey, through the tarot deck, through the pip cards, he is learning and he is growing. He's making mistakes. He's interacting with people. He's learning from his lessons. And then once he's done with his journey, then he starts a new cycle, right? He graduates and graduates. In the context of this is saying that you're in a point of your life where you're doing a self-evaluation and you're not happy. Okay, you're not happy. You're lamenting, you're crying, and you're asking God, you're pleading. I didn't mean to do that. Some of you guys are pleading. Some of you guys are asking for answers, asking for a resolution. Some of you guys have been, as it described in the book, there's oppressors, there's people that are coming against you, right? Some of this is not, by your own doing, and some of it is. We do need to take accountability and responsibility for our own actions, because things like I said, you have the power in your life. So if there is a situation that's making you uncomfortable, you have the power to make a decision to change that, right? So that's the message that's coming through, because he's saying, someone here is saying, did you forget me, God? Like, do you not see me suffering? Do you not see us suffering? I want to tell you that you haven't been forgotten, beloved. You have not been forgotten, okay? Because you have this beautiful full energy here. Now, the Four of Pentacles here, and I want to talk about it because this is saying you've been bored, you've been apathetic, you've been despondent. You feel like this is a card of dissatisfaction. You're not satisfied. This is a card of missed opportunities. This is a card of stagnation. But originally it depicts someone a cup being extended, but you're not liking the cup. But see, here he has a cup in his hand. He has a cup in his hand, but he's so focused on these three cups. It's like, you have this, but why are you looking over here? Well, you're looking over here because you're not happy. This is the past. This is the experiences you had. These are the things that were offered to you, and you're not satisfied with it. And I feel like you're getting to a point in your life that you're tired of settling. You're tired of the working for pennies on a dollar, or working for someone else and not getting paid your work. You're tired of a relationship that's not going anywhere, or you're tired of just not being able to experience life in the way you want, not being able to do the things you want, right? So Spirit is saying, okay, so what kind of decisions can you make here with this Judgment card? Or what is it that you need to learn? Or what have you learned? And how you're going to use that information to move forward. Let's clarify Judgment for the collective. And I am taking orders. Look, look at this. I want y'all to see this. So Spirit is saying caution, because you're on a path to going to the next level, but you need to be very cautious about the decisions you make. Remember, in context, this is about some sort of decision. because these decisions are predicated. Because remember, the Fool card is indicative of a new beginning, but it is still a Fool card. The Fool indicates taking risk, and it is about taking calculated risk. Now, the caution here could be that you could be stayed and you could be too fearful to take a risk, to do something new. Okay. Um, and Spirit is saying, be careful not to miss an opportunity, because remember that Four of Pentacles is there because it says you are either about to take your finances to the next level, or it's time that you do. That's what it says here in the first bullet point. You're either about to do it, or it's time that you do. This card is saying that there's something holding you back. It says, don't allow your fears to make you forget your greatness. Remain positive and on track. Overcome your fear of success and failure. Don't sabotage your own success. It may require you to step out of your comfort zone to achieve the abundance you desire. And remember what came out. It said sudden wealth. It says distant horizons, your hopes, wishes, and dreams. And the distant horizons is that you want to be wealthy. You want to your the quality of your life to change. But you have been too cautious when it comes to taking the next step, or you need to take caution. This is saying something about a financial decision. So for some of you guys, there's some decisions that you've been making, and Spirit is saying be cautious on how you're going about things, or stop being so cautious. Okay, stop being so fearful, stop staying stagnant. Okay, clarify. Fool, unclear. So the reason why you're scared, because the Fool card is also an indication of being afraid of taking a risk, right? Because you could be like, I don't want to make a foolish decision. Because in the past, right? Because this is a card of reflection. In the past, when I made those decisions, it didn't work out for me. Because this is a card of saying, you're judging yourself so harshly. You're crying, you're lamenting, you're grieving the loss of the past that didn't work out, your disappointments, your failures. And now you're like, I don't know if I'm capable of having this renewal, this new beginning. And Spirit is saying you are capable of having it. Okay. But it does say use caution. So I want to know what this caution is about, because I want to make sure that I'm guiding you guys in the right direction. Because we do have it's kind of like 50-50, right? This kind of feels like 50-50. It depends. It depends on what you decide to do type of energy. Clarify caution. If you would like to book, I'm doing them at $25 this morning, because I feel like somebody here is needing to make a decision. Somebody here wants to change their situation. You've been getting messages. See, Two of Pentacles. See, this or that, juggling an idea, juggling. And this is also letting me know that somebody is struggling financially. Okay, got a lot going on, got a lot. And this is definitely about finances. I could tell you that for sure. Spirit says get out of this stuck energy, hangman in reverse. See things. This is about illumination, clarity, a different perspective. If you've been suffering, if you've been struggling, if you've been asking God, or you've been like angry at God, or angry at your circumstances, angry at yourself because you didn't make a decision, or didn't make, beating yourself up because you didn't do this when you had the chance, or you should have did this a certain way, or you shouldn't have invested here, or you shouldn't have did this, whatever the case may be. um, you're still unclear on what direction you want to move in. It says money is either tight, or you're not receiving what you expected. But Spirit is saying, there's answers that you're seeking, but they remain unclear, but your basic needs are being met. So this is about you trying to figure out whether you should take some sort of risk, or whether you should do something. Some of you guys, this is like, okay, should I stay at this job, or should I pursue something else? Should I start this business? Things of that nature. The Two of Pentacles is a card of instability. It's a card of decisions. Remember, twos always represent this or that, this path or that path, right? It also shows this man just juggling a lot, right? But the juggling could be mental. It could be like juggling an idea, like what should I do? What should I do? Should I stay here or should I go there? Um, but it is a part of instability. So if you are feeling a sense of instability, whether it be financially or in general, um, it represents imbalance, a lack of organization. Okay, and but it is about finding balance because it is in the upright. So this is saying finding balance and persevering through the hard times, because spirit is saying that you have the possibility of a beautiful renewal into this sudden wealth energy. And I am speaking to a feminine. Okay, I am speaking to a feminine that there is a new beginning. Okay, this card represents new beginning, this child card birthing something new. And spirit is saying, we know you've been in this energy of despair. Okay, we know that you've been struggling. We know that you have been, you know, worried, stressed out. Clarify Two of Pentacles for me in caution. Yeah, high honor. Okay, okay. Thank you. Listen, listen, listen. This is about wish fulfillment. Okay, this is good. I'm happy that this card came out. This is a very positive card. Look at what it says on there. High honor. So this is saying persevere. Things are hard right now. You're almost there, right? Remember, judgment is 20. The card after judgment is the world card, which represents an ending, a completion of a cycle. All right. So that's why when you read tarot, you have to really understand, you know, the cards and read them in context and read them, because a lot of times people will look at cards and they'll give it like, they'll read them to surface level. So this is saying you have some sort of decision to make. And for me, the decision is you need to understand that you can have what it is that you deserve. You can come out of this slump. You can overcome this, right? You will have a victory here. And this is a card of karma. And for some of you guys, this is actually really beautiful, good karma coming in. So let me just read a little bit of this high honor energy, because I want you to see what spirit is saying can happen for you, right? What the right mindset. It says this is a most enabling and positive card. Here we see the cannades and the significator receives a 21 gun salute, right? Literally, it means trophies, medals, honor, success, or graduating. I want you to take account to this energy of graduating. And it's so interesting because I think that yesterday I was talking, like I said, I was talking to Hagar, and we were talking, and I'm like, I was a little bit angry, not at Hagar, but I was just angry in general. I was just frustrated. Actually, anger is not the right word. Frustration is a better word. And I was thinking to myself as I was communicating, um, how why I was frustrated. It's not that I don't know that things are not going to get better or all that jazz, right? We know that. My issue is having to go through this multiple times. You understand what I'm saying? Like all my life I had to fight type of motherfucking energy. How many of you guys can attest to that? All my life I had to fight. Please raise your hand because I know I'm not the only person. And we know that certain people get tried more than others. Hey, Ishika. um, oh, let me see what you're saying. Okay, I'm just self audit inventory check. Yeah. So how many of you guys have gone through the all my life I had to fight type of energy? Okay. And asking, by the way, some kids asking for assistance is part of the journey. So I'm not sure in what context you meant that, but the asking for assistance is a necessary part of your journey, because it means that you're releasing control. Okay. So remember, part of the journey, remember, because if we look at the way the tarot deck is modeled, when we look at the pip cards, there's people, we're interacting with people. And part of the journey is interpersonal relationships, is our soulmates. We have soulmates for a reason. So a lot of you guys, and remember, this is a perception. It doesn't mean that you struggled all your life. We have people that walk around like they have it so hard, and by as and remember perspective. We may look at a person, we may think they have it so good, right? They got the money, they got the cars, but they're miserable. So all my life I had to fight doesn't necessarily mean I'm struggling financially. It could be that I've been struggling with depression or mental illness, right? So please, in context, when I say all my life I had to fight, doesn't mean that you were broke your whole life. It means some people had, lived in decent homes. They had a two-parent home, but they may have struggled with extreme depression. So I'm just saying that there's just energy here that you're just tired of, or that you should be tired of. Okay, you should be tired of it, right? Right? You're like, okay, I'm struggling. I'm struggling here. I need, Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I'm picking this, and we need to be very authentic. And I'm all for authentic expression. Because let me tell you something, I do not do fake positivity on this channel. You guys, if you know me, you know me. I want you guys to be very, and I need you to be very authentic. So just like Sunkiss said, um, self audit. This is what this means. Sunkiss, you read tarot? Are you an aspiring tarot reader? Okay, because some kids know her stuff, honey. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. Hey, Marissa. Who all my life. And let me explain to you. If and you gotta learn your chart. You got to learn because a lot of us, we could be, let me tell you something. You could be sitting in a room with another person. Let's just use a job for an example. You could be working a job with another person. You could work, you have better work ethic, you are more talented, you are more experienced, you do your job well, and they could get the recognition and not you. Have you ever had that happen to you? And have you ever questioned yourself and said to yourself, why the fuck I'm always, you know, getting the short end of the stick? Have you ever questioned that about yourself? Like, have you ever been through a situation where you know that you are better, faster, quicker, or you know that you've done right by people, but for some reason you keep hitting roadblocks or things just you're just obstacle after obstacle? It is tied to your own path that's set up for you, right? Things that you need to learn, and part of it has to do with things that you went through already in the previous lifetime that you need to let go of, because spirit is trying to trigger other parts of you for you to move out of that comfort. This is why a lot of us, we could work a job for 20 years and we could be damn good at it but never excel, because that path is not yours anymore. You may be comfortable doing that one thing because that's something that you've done before in a previous lifetime, but spirit is saying we want you to do something different. That's why you're hitting the glass wall there. Does that make sense? This is why you have lawyers turning into bakers. This is why you have people leaving careers and opening up flower shops or art studios, because Spirit is saying we need you to expand. We want your soul. We want you to follow your soul's mission, like your soul's calling. Your soul wants to experience something different. We know you're good at numbers. We know you're good at math. We know you're good at, doing whatever it is that you love to do or that you're just good at. But does it bring you happiness and joy? Does it light your soul on fire? Is it bringing in the abundance, and are you living in a space of ease? Or are you finding yourself always in distress? Do you see what I'm saying? So this is why when I do my readings, I like to kind of really take my time and break things down. I don't like to just be like, oh yeah, this, oh, there's the Knight of Wands, here's a player. It's not always a player, baby. The Fool card is not always a good new beginning. The Fool card means that you could be foolish here if you don't think this through. The Fool card is this. There's a reason why it says a fool, and I want you to understand. He is drunk. Look at him. He's drinking. He's on the edge. He's not paying attention. Look, what if he takes one more step? It could be his demise. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's important. Wow, to it is important to read in context, and I think that that's what happened. I do need to do a tarot class, but I'm just too frazzled. I'm just too frazzled because sometimes, and you know how they say God doesn't give you more than you can bear. I don't believe none of that bullshit no more. I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, He does give me. He's giving me too much. I can't take some of the load off of me, please. I don't want all these burdens. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, so some of you guys are unclear on what direction you want to go in. So I admonish you to really think about right now, this current moment, the people that are listening to me. I want you to think about whether you're happy or not. And I just want you to be very honest. I want you to either a yes or no. I don't want you to be like, sometimes no. And I want you to think about your life, and think about where you're at right now in this moment. Whether it's you're in your bed, you're in your car, you're at work, wherever you are. Do you feel happy with what you've accomplished, where you're at? If you can honestly say yes, I applaud you, right? And I'm not wanting you to say yes because, oh, I'm grateful, I'm alive. No, I want you to be honest. Are you happy? It's yes or no. And I want you don't have to, put that in the chat, if you don't want to, but I want you to think about where you're at. And if you are happy, right, because a lot of people might say, yes, I'm happy. I want you to really think about that yes. Because part of that question is right now in your life, right, with all the goals and aspirations and the wishes and hopes that you have, do you have them? Right? Are you happy with where you are as far as the things you want to accomplish in your life, the things that you want to have? Right? Because I want to live a life of ease. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to sit around wondering um, about what to do next. I want to be able to just live a life where it's easy and things come to me and it's enjoyment. Not saying that you won't have some ups and downs, right? Because part of it, that's part of life. But I want you guys to want to live a life where you don't have to struggle, right? Because this is what they're saying. If you just change your mindset and be careful with subscribing to those the new age rhetoric, right? Because if that was the fucking case, we will all be, we wouldn't see rich people killing themselves and hot coked up and fucking overdosing, right? If that was the fucking case, right? And some of us would have fucking been rich millionaires by now. So we know that it's more than just you changing your mindset. Yes, changing your mindset is part of it, right? So if you're not happy, for the people that don't feel 100% happy with where they are right now, what is it that you feel? Okay, because I'm using the word feel for a reason, right? Because I could say, what do you think, right? But sometimes our thoughts can forsake us. I want you to tap into your heart space and I want you to tell me how you feel, or you don't have to tell me, but I want you to feel your way into this question. What is it that you feel you need to do to be able to accomplish this happiness that you seek? All right, or to accomplish whatever it is that you seek. What do you feel you need to do? And we all know that it's not going to happen overnight, but we all know that if there is a goal at hand, if there is an aspiration or hope or a dream, what is it that you need to do? Because there is a decision that needs to be made. Spirit is saying that this thing is there for you. This high honor is there for you. This is what you aspire to have. But there is some sort of decision that needs to be made first. And first and foremost, what I want to say is to stop lamenting, okay, to stop the crying. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because we do need to cry. We do need to release. But what I mean is whining, complaining, being a victim, right? Because what is that going to do? Is that going to put you in a better situation? And I'm talking to myself too, because I do whine and I do cry and I do bitch and I do stomp my feet and all of that. Simplifying my life while being true to myself wholeheartedly and unapologetic has changed my narrative. Honestly, I don't complain. I just keep it to myself. Remember, we talked about suppression, Hagar. Sometimes you need to get it out. Okay. And when I'm saying, and I need you guys to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's wrong, to complain or to cry. I'm saying that you are in control. You are in the or at least get in the driver's seat. Okay, get in the driver's seat of your life. Even if you don't complain, um, sometimes you gotta release. Sometimes you gotta scream. Let me tell you what I do to release. I scream sometimes. Okay, I yell. I do cry sometimes. But sometimes people suppress, and the suppression is not good. Um, so yes, simplifying your life can help. Um, Changing your mindset can help. Being more positive can help. We have going within. What is this noise? Early this morning in this AM. We have family room. So let's clarify family room because this is about intimacy. This is about inner world. This is about in understanding. Anybody else want to put in anything? Because if you feel like you're tired, I'm tired. All my life I had to fight. I'm tired. Yeah, Three of Wands. This is taking a left turn. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. The Three of Wands in reverse is a card of um, blocks and obstacles, and it is a card of delay, right? Because the Three of Wands is a card of waiting for your ships to come in, or that's one of the blanket meanings that you hear all over TikTok. I was going to say TikTok, all over YouTube. But this is about goals. Okay, this is about distant goals, like the things that you're working towards. Right. That's why it's a card of waiting, because it's like you set the goal and it doesn't happen overnight, right? Not at least not for the majority of us. So this is about setting a goal, working towards it, and then waiting for the reward, right? So it is a card of rewards. It's a three, and three is about creation, what you create. Um, but it came out in reverse, so they're saying that there's some sort of obstacle to your goal. There's an obstacle preventing a goal from taking place for you. And what's interesting is family room came up. So they're both threes. Okay. So, and remember when you're reading, always pay attention to the numbers, the imagery. So 21 adds up to a three, and this is a three. So the reason why I said this might be taking a left turn, because this might be indicative of somebody else or external factors, right? That, and like I said, for some of you guys, that it could be like part of it could be that other people are getting in the way of you moving forward. But if that's the case, then that means that your decision is predicated on how you deal with these other people or these external factors, right? Because if it is other people, coworkers, authority figures, husbands, wives, boyfriends, children, parents, and you feel like these other people are getting in the way, right, of me being able to achieve this particular goal or this dream. So you have to act accordingly, right? You have to make a decision that might be uncomfortable, right? Because maybe these people depend on you, or you depend on these people, right? Or maybe you don't want to detach from these people or this person or whatever this is. But you got to look at that, and remember, judgment is a card of self evaluation. Judgment is a card of when you look at when you're in retrospect, right? When you're looking at everything, because it's retrospection. When you're looking at everything you've been through, right? Um, it's supposed to spark an awakening within you. That's part of the symbology of these people waking up from their coffin. It's saying that they're dead, they're asleep, right? Because when you see when someone's in the coffin, what does it look like? It looks like they're sleeping, right? So this is kind of like a wake up call. And I think that that's why Sunkiss had made that comment about wake up call, because this is also indicative of waking the fuck up, right? Waking up to your true potential, you guys, because you guys have so much potential. or there's so much potential in doing something different or moving away from a particular situation or starting something new. So the judgment card is calling you to rise up and embrace a higher level of consciousness for the service of your highest good. You are experiencing a great spiritual awakening, you guys. Okay? Because like I said, these people are naked. Okay, we gotta look at that. They're naked. Okay, there's men, women, and children rising up from their graves, okay, with their arms outspread and looking up into the sky. And we have Archangel Gabriel here blowing his trumpet, and he's a messenger of God. And the people are responding to his call, ready to be judged and to find out if they will be accepted into the heavens or not, like I said. And in the background is an extensive mountain range signifying the insurmountable obstacles and the impossibility of avoiding judgment. Everybody's going to be judged by their actions. But this is about not, because we don't want to, use dogmatic beliefs to describe this. This is just a depiction of this card. This is saying that you got to face the consequences to your own decisions or choices or indecision. So if you wanted to be rich, right? Let's just say you want to be rich, but you are too afraid to start that business. What would the consequence be? You're not going to be rich. You understand? If you never start, how are you going to make money? How are you going to grow and expand? Right? If you are unhappy in a marriage, but you won't leave, what is the consequence? That's what this judgment energy is saying. So if you're unhappy and you've been struggling and you're in a situation that's uncomfortable, right? Whether it be work, family, whatever it is for you, watching. What the hell? Sorry, you guys. The consequences is predicated on what you do. Does that make sense to everybody? What you do. So it's calling you to rise up and embrace a higher level of consciousness, right? For your highest good, you guys. Because you're experiencing a spiritual awakening and you're realizing that you're destined for so much more. And that's what I meant by potential. This is your cosmic level up, and you hear the call and you're ready to act. Tune into a higher frequency, let go of your old self, and step into this newest version of who you really are. And that's what the Fool card is saying. The Fool card is saying, you don't know how this might turn out, but this risk, taking the risk and betting on yourself, okay? Betting on yourself is going to put you in this new position. And the new position that's coming up for you, beloved, is this is your potential sudden wealth, high honor. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Not struggling, not feeling defeated, not feeling like the black sheep, not feeling like the LOSER, right? So the judgment card often indicates that you need to make a life-changing decision, you guys. That's what it means. You need to make life-changing decisions, some of you guys, decisions. But unlike those associated with the logical justice card, this decision requires a blend of intuition and intellect. You may be at a crossroads, right? And that's why this Two of Pentacles is here. You're juggling different ideas of what this or that, this or that. What should I do? Right? I got so much going on. I don't know if I can handle this. This is about persevering through. And you're aware that any choice you make will bring a significant change with long lasting effects. So this is like, okay, I make this choice, right? And there's a consequence. It could be good or it could be bad. All right. It could be good or it could be bad. So you have to be careful. It says tune into your higher self, trust your judgment, and know you are on the right path. If you still need clarity on the situation, look to your past, retrospection, and the life lessons to guide you. Judgment pops up in a tarot reading when you are close to reaching a significant stage in your life, when you're close to reaching a significant stage in your life. And what did I say? Didn't I say that the judgment card is card 20? And I said that there's one more card before you hit the end of a cycle. So there is a significant stage in your life, right? So card 20, 21, and then back to 0. 21 is not here because you haven't completed, you haven't accomplished, because the world card is about success, accomplishments. So, so this is saying that you're making a decision here because you want to move into this energy of success and accomplishments. You have to successfully complete this cycle so that you can move into this new cycle that's going to lead you in this new direction. And then you have reviewed and evaluated your past experiences and have learned from them. All the pieces of the puzzles of your life are finally coming together to form one unified picture of your life story. This integration has healed deep wounds. Remember when I talked about being wounded? And you are now able to put the past behind you. You have found your absolution. And that is a perfect word to describe Jeremiah in Lamentations. He is asking for absolution because he's saying, God, you're forgetting about us. Have you turned away from us? Have we angered you? You know, if I did something wrong to deserve this, if I did something wrong to be judged so harshly, did I do something wrong? It's not necessarily that you did something wrong. You're going about things the wrong way, beloveds, because he's asking God for absolution. That's why he's crying out and saying, look at what's going on. Look at what's happening to me. Let's look at what's happening to Jerusalem. I'm struggling. I'm crying, right? This is some of y'all in prayer. And you're saying, I need help, God. I need absolution. But God is saying the absolution is you making a decision. And that decision is to bet on yourself, right? Whatever that means for you. And you're in the context of your life, right? And it says, you have found your absolution, having cleared any wrongdoings or regrets. This is why I said that you could be judging yourself harshly, because we don't want to be stuck in that dogmatic thinking where we think that God is punishing us, because that's not really the case. What it really is us judging ourselves harshly for our actions. We don't want to point blame on God or anybody else. We need to take accountability and say, I chose to be here. I chose to make that decision. I chose not to make that decision. Understand? And then it says you're releasing any guilt or sadness about the past. This is a purging process. It will leave you refreshed and ready to take on any new challenges. Some of you guys are in this purging period right now. That is why it's so hard, because you are in the process of purging all the past. You're doing a self audit. You're looking at everything. You're like, damn. Oh, sometimes, when you look back, you're like, fuck, why did I do that? Why did I let this person take advantage of me? Why didn't I do this when I had to, all of that. You're letting that go. And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to let that hold me back. That's why Spirit is saying caution. Don't let that shit hold you back, baby. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it hold you back. Okay. Because that's gonna cause you to be unclear. You need to get clear, and you need to say, I'm betting on myself. I know that I could do this. I know that I can be a boss in anything that any endeavor that I start, right? This is believing in yourself, believing that you can have better, believing that you deserve better. Let me get back to the chat. Okay, so let me know if this is resonating with someone, and let me know if this is something that you needed to hear, because I do feel this in my heart that somebody needs to hear this. Where you live at, Sun Kiss? You must be on the other side of the world. It's 7:51 right now. You're in California? You must be in California or somewhere out west. Yes, complain. Yes, liberate yourself and not being, because some people grew up very religious. So we all have our own ways of doing things. But yes, you're right. And I'm always saying this to my clients: do not repress the way you feel. Do not feel like, oh, God's going to punish me. No, and first of all, God's not a he. God is not a man. God is not a human. Okay, we need to get out of that thought form of he. God is not a human. Okay, the real God is not a human. The demigods, or the aliens that control this world, They're an advanced form of human, or they're, we're their progenies. But the real God, the source creator, is not a person. We can personify God all we want, but at the end of the day, we don't see air, right? When we go outside and we breathe in air, do we see it? We know it's there, but we know it's not a person. We know that it's an energy, it's a force. So you have to be aware of that. Thank you for letting me know that it resonated. I appreciate that. Um, so I always say the feminine aspect and masculine aspect of God, because God is mother, God nurtures, and God is also father. Um, but you have to understand that why would they take out the feminine principle? Why would they say the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost? When we know that a man cannot give birth, when we know that men come through the woman's womb. So there's a reason that was taken out. There's a reason why they took out the matriarch and the mother and all that, right? Because men want to have control over women. They want to dominate. But that's another conversation. We don't have to have that conversation today, right? Because a lot of people are not going to want to hear it, because they want to believe what they were told to believe. But people that have eyes and ears, and people that want to actually do the work and actually want to read and study, we know better, right? We know better than that, right? So we judge ourselves harshly because we didn't accomplish what we wanted at a certain age, right? I'm 40 years old and I didn't accomplish whatever, or I'm 50 years old and I don't have a business, I don't have my own business, I'm not rich, whatever it is for you, right? But that doesn't mean anything. We've seen older people become very successful. Let me give you an example. What's that man's name? He's a millionaire. Most millionaires don't become millionaires until they're in their late 50s, 60s. Did you know that? Why do you keep calling me? Hold on, you guys. God damn it. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry about the. All right, I do want to take readings. So I have the link at the top. They're $25. Um, yeah. Uh, 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 uh. Somebody got an older man is about to give you a gift, and if I've read for you before, and and if there's anybody new here, if I'm my predictions come true, and I'm not saying that out of ego, they do. Sometimes it really don't make sense right away for some people. That's on them. But usually they'll come back and say everything you said, because a lot of times, because I do my readings, because of the way I read, I see things um that before it happens for a lot of people. So spirit here is saying that you're going to get some unexpected money, and you're going to get a gift from this mature man. So an older man is going to give you a gift. All right. And this is specifically an older man. This means that he is older than you. Okay. Talk to me, Sunkiss. Talk to me, Shani. Talk to me, whoever's still here. And the people that had made a comment, Yashwan, Ashika, I hope you guys are still here. A lot of people don't want to hear this. They want to hear the same bullshit. Oh, he's gonna come back. Oh my God. Or they want to hear, oh my God, I see all these great things that never happen, right? Because readers will do that. Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. All right. And it never happens. It happened Wednesday. So you got unexpected money from you manifested that. You manifested that. If I did a tarot class, who can you give me a show of hands on who would be interested in that? I know we only have 7 people, but honestly, if I really broke down and did a tarot class, would you? Because I don't want to put all the energy of making the material and not, and you know, without and not having nobody show up. So if I did a tarot class, I want to know who would really want to invest in that. Because nobody can tell me I don't know how to read. There ain't nobody on this planet. I mean, I'm not saying this out of ego. I don't think that anybody could ever say that about me. Period. Period. I will show you how to. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Did you know that I started reading people before I even knew what tarot cards were? I could read people without cards. I've done it. I've done it in front of groups of people, and I could tell you this. This has happened to me multiple times where when someone finds out I can read, they say, "Can you read me?" And I was there, and I've done this in the middle of class, like, and groups of people are looking at me, and I read someone that I've never met in my life and told them everything that happened to them or whatever comes through, and they're literally in tears because they can't believe. They're like, "How could you know that?" So I want you guys to understand that tarot is just an extension of my gift. I love using tarot because I love seeing the cards. Now there are times when I'm reading and I'm getting all this information and I'm just like, I don't know who these people are, and I don't want to convolute the reading. So sometimes I'll just be like, I don't know who this is, but there's somebody in your reading, and it could just be because remember, there's always a lot of people around us, and sometimes we don't know right away, like who might this be? Because I might say to you, there's an air sign showing up in your reading. I don't know who this is, right? And you're like, who might this be? Come to find out, this is the person that sits in the next cubicle. And you're not even like, you don't even realize that I'm talking about. There's a motherfucker that's in the next cubicle that's watching your every move and is reporting to your boss, right? Or this is your motherfucking neighbor, or this is a whatever, this is your cousin, because I don't know sometimes. So that, so I will say that but most of the times, if I read it, it comes true. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate that. Thank you, Shani. Thank you, Sunkiss. Thank you, Miss Hagar. Because I really want you guys to understand that I do this. Yes, I do this. This is my primary, source of income. Well, it was. I'm not gonna say it is now. But not because of the money, but because I believe, right, that this is something I was meant to do this lifetime. But I will say this: you need to be very careful because there is somebody that is very envious of your life purpose. Somebody knows, somebody knows that you are destined for greatness. And Spirit is saying, be very careful though, because somebody or peoples don't want to see you. They don't want to see you get to the sudden wealth. They don't want to see you get to these great things. Let's talk about envy for a sec. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Sunkist, for confirming that for me. Let's talk about envy. I If you do decide to get a reading, because I did set the intentions that I'm going to be doing readings. So someone's doing magic on you. If it's not magic, you're being manipulated because they don't want you to have this. They don't want you to be happy. Okay. If you want confirmation, this is your confirmation. Okay. If it's not magic, they are trying to control you in some sort of way because they do not, either they see your power, because this is a card of power. What? Congratulations. All right, I got my money. I'm so pissed that they only gave me $500. Fuck y'all. I'm sorry, you guys. That shit just threw me off. That just pissed me the fuck off. But anyways, So you could be this magician. You could be very skilled at something that you do. You could be very skilled because he has all the elements in his hands. He has the cup, the sword. Well, here he has a cat and a snake. Okay, but anyways, it's all the elements, right? So either this is a magician or they don't like the fact that you are very skilled. They don't like the fact that you have power, spiritual ranking, or you have some sort of authority, or you have what they perceive as more than them, right? Because it could be anything, right? They could see, oh, she got more than me. I don't like that. I want her to have more than me. Or they know they looked into it. They may have looked into your destiny, and someone may have said this person is a, this person's a big deal, and they don't like that. So let's talk about that. Writers stories. Be careful because this person could be trying to sully your name. Stories matter. You have the power. Okay, so they don't like, this is what they don't like. Your words have the power to influence others. They talking about me as well. Okay. Use your words and visualize it as you write them down. Some of you guys, this is about you. Some of you guys, this is not about you being an envious person, but it is envy. And let me explain the green eye devil, because a lot of you guys don't understand envy. And I'm gonna start incorporating different things on this channel. I need you to understand because I had to understand this for myself. I've never been an envious person, but I have reached a point in my journey. This was about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, where I had to do a self-evaluation. When I started YouTube, I had set some goals for myself, and I achieved most of them. Don't get me wrong, right? I didn't get my 100,000 followers, but that was based on me because I couldn't do it. I don't know how people could just reading after reading after reading after reading, and I don't like that because I like to put, my readings are long. I like to really read. So I couldn't keep up with 30-minute readings, 20-minute readings, and it doesn't feel authentic to me to drop 5-minute, 10-minute readings just to have a bunch of content, right? But anyways, so when I started YouTube, I had a certain goal that I set for myself. Into me doing my YouTube. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. So into 2 years into doing YouTube, I'm not seeing the numbers. I'm getting the numbers financially, right? Because I was looking busy, but I wasn't seeing the numbers on YouTube. I wasn't seeing the subscriber count go up. And I started, ego. I started to perceive through ego that not meaning failure for me, right? Meaning that I'm not succeeding. And as I'm saying this, I have this energy running through my meridian in my hand. Um, so what was happening was I was comparing myself, and I was like, not comparing myself, but I was judging other readers harshly. Okay, I mean, to be honest, some of them was trash. They were. But I was. This is what I was doing. And I didn't. I don't watch other people. I watch other readers. If I resonate, but if I don't resonate with you, I click off. But I was judging other readers harshly, not specifically, just in general. My judgment was, why do they get to be successful and they're not reading as well as I'm reading? Not anybody specific, but just in general. Like, I know some of these people don't even know how to read, but why are they doing so well? That's envy. So if you look at how you're viewing, right? How you're viewing your perspective, you may say things like, oh, I wish I had that too. And you may think that's innocent, but that's envy. Wishing that you had something that someone else has is envy. So you just got to be careful with why you want something. Is it because you want to be like somebody else? And what happens is, and the reason why it's envy is when you don't have it and you're like, oh, I wish I had it. Remember, I started off with, uh, I wish I had that. Then what happens is you start to compare yourself, right, to them. And then it starts to diminish your self-esteem, because then you're saying to yourself, they have it and I don't have it. That means that there's something wrong with me. Why don't I have it? Right? Why can't I accomplish it? So you got to be very careful with that. And I'm very, and you guys know I'm very transparent. I'm never going to sit here and pretend and put on a show. I don't play those games. I don't do fake aesthetics. I don't do fake life, making it seem like I'm living a better life than I am. A lot of people that have these fake lives, they're living off of credit cards, and they live off of doing frauds, and they live off of other people. So just be careful. They're in debt. And then they do that because their aspiration is to get people to give them free stuff, like companies and stuff, brands, and if they succeed, they succeed. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't succeed because their heart is in the wrong place, because they're doing it out of ego. So that's the difference. There is, I'm doing this because I truly enjoy it, and that's radiating out, and that's creating attraction, versus I'm doing this because I'm trying to compete with somebody else. Do you see the difference? So so at that point in my life, I was beating myself up. I was judging myself so harshly. I was doubting my gifts. I was doubting my capabilities. I didn't think that I could do it. I didn't think that I was good enough. It was triggering my I'm not good enough wound. Heavy, 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 heavy. Triggering the fuck out of me. Triggering the I'm never going to be able to achieve this and I'm a failure. All of that, right? All of those wounds were being triggered through my YouTube journey, through trying to accomplish, working so hard, putting out a lot of content, pouring into my readings, pouring into the people that I'm reading for, and I couldn't get over the slump. I, and it was an important lesson for me, right? It was an important lesson for me because it got me this, it forced me to look at what is it what is it that I really wanted, right, for myself. And it also highlighted a fear of success because I never really wanted to put myself out on YouTube. This is why most of my videos I don't show myself, because it's like I really don't want to be out there, but I also want to have the success. That's my Lilith in the 10th. I have Lilith in the 10th house. That's that. As Lilith is got me fucked up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the fame, but I don't want to put myself out there to get it. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how that's a? Do you see how that's a? Um, there's a misalignment there. I want the success, right? I want the 100,000, but I won't take the risk or do the different things to get it. I don't want to do the like some people will get on TikTok or get on social media and do challenges, dance. I'm not doing all that bullshit. It's just not in me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's certain things that you guys need to do, but you're not willing to do it, right? You're not willing to step out your comfort zone. But let's talk about this envy a little bit more because this magician came out and they got me all the way fucked up because I wish a nigga would. Yeah, somebody's trying to control. I'm telling you, somebody's trying to control you um through witchcraft or even just just wanting to block your destiny. Some of you guys, this is you trying to you're needing to loosen up your grip on the you know you know, some of you guys need to kind of, you're in the driver's seat, right? Are you okay? So let me use a different analogy. Loosening up the grip is like sometimes you know how to drive, right? You're a good driver, but you're going to a place that you've never been before. And somebody else is saying, let me grab the steering wheel and let me take you. And you're like, no, I can drive. Right? But you keep so the person like, all right, you don't want me to drive? You're like, nah, I got it, I could do it. So you take the steering wheel, you start driving, but you end up getting fucking lost. And the person in the driver's seat is like, okay, now you want, can I drive now? Because I told you didn't know where the fuck you were going. This is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is like, can you let me drive a little bit? I know you can fucking drive, but can you let me drive? Because you don't know where the fuck you're going. You're getting lost. Okay. Thank you, Shawnee. Right. That's childish, right? We don't do childish. I want you guys to know that I don't do this for my whole thing. I never started off with views and I want views, but it gets to you. It is the green eye monster that fuels YouTube. You gotta understand what fuels this industry is not just tarot, YouTube in general is fueled by competitiveness and envy and wanting to look like you got something, right? Wanting to look like you're ahead. That is what fuels people to get on YouTube and to, and that got people thinking that they could pick up a deck of cards and start doing readings, not realizing that they're collecting karma. Me, even as a good reader, I collect karma for saying too much sometimes, for misguiding sometimes, from not being clear, or telling people things too harshly, or not being harsh enough. It just depends. It's just like being a parent, and if you didn't warn your child of if your baby and your child, or you're being too harsh, there's consequences to that. What happens when you're too harsh, when you're too tough on your kids? They rebel. What happens when you're too soft? They're unprepared for life. So you got to understand there's a lot that comes with this. But back to what I was saying about loosening the grip a little bit, letting God lead. You understand? And don't be too quick to surrender, Hagar. I want you to understand that surrendering is good. And the reason I'm hard on you, Hagar, and I know you're probably like, leave me the fuck alone. I love you, and I'm telling you, Hagar, because I read for you. I'm telling you because I know what certain people need at certain times. So sometimes surrendering is not it. Sometimes it is. It's just depending on the context of what the situation is. I know why you're surrendered. Because you didn't get the results when you were in the energy of resistance. But what I want you to not surrender to is the fact that you're to give your power away. That's what I don't want you to surrender to ever. Um, because I've surrendered, but I wasn't surrendering for the right reasons. Why haven't I posted in such a long time? Why am I not consistent anymore? Because I've surrendered. Do you see? Do you see? And what did that give me? I lose 100 subscribers every month. I started off with 700 at the around, I want to say Aprilish, Mayish. I don't know. I'm currently at okay. Let's talk about. Let me talk about the last 6 months. The last 6 months, I think I lost at least 250 subscribers, and I don't even post. Hi, Melanie. Thank you. Great rising. So, and what I mean, and let me just clarify myself when I said I surrendered, not, and it did not impact me positively. So let me repeat myself. I stopped recording. I stopped posting because I surrendered. Remember what I said, how sometimes we surrender, but not for the right reasons? Do you see what I mean? And and I know that sometimes we are strong, but sometimes we can't lean on our own strength, beloveds. Sometimes we cannot lean on our own strength, whatever you believe in, right? Because I don't want to invalidate anybody's beliefs. You got to allow some help to come in, because I was supposed to keep posting. I was tired. I was burnt out. But I stopped because I wasn't inspired. I didn't want to do it anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. It didn't. I was empty all the time. I was bitter because the numbers weren't adding up. The numbers are not growing. They're decreasing. Nobody's supporting. Nobody's liking the videos. They're not watching. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? And then I had to say to myself, "Fuck it." Right? So I kept posting, even though the numbers were declining, even though I wasn't gaining as many subscribers. I kept posting. Views are um decreasing, kept posting. And then I surrendered and I stopped. You see what I'm saying? So surrender, it has to be appropriate to the situation. And what are you surrendering to, and why, and what is and surrendering for? So in context of this is about you moving towards your destiny. Your destiny is not to fucking struggle and suffer and to cry and to be sad and to be depressed. Spirit is saying that is not your fucking destiny. Please do not use the story of Job. And I need to tell this to everyone because this is something that has been on my heart for a very, very long time. And I was triggered yesterday because Miss Hagar mentioned Job, and it triggered me because I was like, I'm not Job. I don't want to be Job. I don't understand the whole God made a bet with the devil situation. I don't want to be part of that. And I don't want that to be because that's what they use in church, right? Oh, well, it's the struggle's worth it. And there's truth to it. What is this? I got to see why all these different cars are always in my damn parking lot. Hold on, you guys. I need you guys to help me to move. I need help. You're getting up. You on YouTube, Melanie? I need help. I need to move. That's just my neighbor. That's my nice neighbors. I thought it was my other neighbors that be getting on my nerves, child. My other neighbors be leaning up right on my window right here. I be like trying in school, talking on their phone, mad loud. I be on school Zoom, and they just right there, just standing. And mind you, they got their own window. But anyways, that's let me get off of that. Anyways, no, you're not. Thank you, boo. You should get on. I'm gonna be doing a tarot class. I don't know if you've been watching me, if this is the first time. Your name sounds familiar, but the last name doesn't ring a bell. Blalock. I'm going to move. You're going to be moving. So, anyways, back to before I got distracted. Before I went on a tangent. So the thing is, though, is you need to know what you're surrendering. And so when I was triggered yesterday from hearing that whole Job thing, I was like, I don't want to be Job. God took everything away from Job because of a bet. And let me tell you something. I've read and then I've done research on that whole allegory. And there's this really, I don't remember, but this guy made a whole video about it. And he broke it down. And he's a Christian. And he was like, what was the point of that? The devil was like, I bet you and Job fucking was mad. Like, yeah, and a lot of people don't know the story because they don't read the Bible, but he was pissed. At one point, he was like, why the fuck are you putting me through this? What did I do to deserve this, God? Why did you take everything? Like everything, his kids, his wives. He was left desolate. He was left sick. He still believed. He still had faith. So the story's not told correctly, but in the end, after all of this suffering, God was like, "Oh, okay, here you go." Here, and it wasn't like God was testing him to see if he loved him. It was not that. It was just the devil was like, let me take these things away from him to show you. It was a bet. it was a bet. And that's why I don't like that story. I don't like the story of Job. I get the concept of it, but for me there's no evidence saying that God was testing him because I don't believe that God needs to test anyone. God doesn't need to test because God knows what's going to happen, right? That's what we're told. God knows what's going to happen. God knows how things are going to turn out before they even turn out. So why would he need to test Job to see if Job has faith? I don't think that that's what that was about. And so that triggered me because I used to be like, I'm like Job, you know, everything's being taken away. I remember when my mom passed away, I was so angry at God because I prayed so hard. And I said, God, please just let me say bye. Let me just say goodbye. I just want to be able, if you're gonna take her from me, I want to be able to say that I just wanted to be able to say a few last words to her, but that didn't happen that way. So I was angry for a very long time because I was like, um, she died alone. My mom passed away alone, and I was the last person to speak to her. And the last words I said to my mom, I was screaming at her. I was like, "Call the ambulance." And she never called me back. I told her, "Call me back after you speak to them to confirm that she actually called, right?" Because she was feeling sick all day. And I don't mean to bring this up, but it just whatever. Today's is the month that my mom passed away, and so this month is a rough month for me, anyways. But she never called back. But then I did get a call, and then it was the paramedics. But they lied to me, and they said she was unconscious. So I kept praying that, 2 hours driving to her destiny where she lived. I'm praying for 2 hours straight. I just wanted to be able to say goodbye. And I wasn't able to. So I was very angry about that. So I used to kind of like think of myself as Job, like things being taken away and all these things are happening to me. And I'm like, what is the point? Like, where's the reward in that? So yesterday, still going through Job like situations. So when you brought it up, Hagar, that's why I was so triggered by it, because I was like, what's the point? Like, I've been a righteous person. Why am I suffering? You know what I'm saying? So that triggered me. So I don't believe in that. And I said to her, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that we're meant to struggle. I don't think that, I don't know. I think it's cruel to tell people that this either you're going to be rewarded either in the afterlife, whatever. That's bullshit to me. I don't believe that. I don't believe any of that bullshit. That I gotta suffer just to be rewarded. That I have to be. It's like someone testing you to see if you really like them, right? Thank you. Oh, you lost condolence this month on the 15th. My mom on the 28th, and I have an actual picture of my mom. Huge picture of my mother. Hang up when she died. I had to make this. Let me see if I have it on my phone so I can show it to you guys. I had to make a portrait of my mom when she died, and I put it. This is the first time I had it up. I had it locked up in a closet. I usually like remember her, but I decided that I wanted to be able to see my mom all the fucking time. So I had it up since Christmas time. So this is a picture of my mom, and I have this. It's about 6 feet tall. It's up in my home right now. I plan to have it up the whole month, and then I'll take it down. Um, she didn't get she got buried in February. I don't remember when, but she uh, wow, that felt good. I don't know if you guys heard my neck just crack. But anyways, I'm bringing that up to tell you that I don't want you to be stuck in this mindset that you're destined to struggle. Just like I don't like when people are saying, the whole black people are cursed. Like I think that in Deuteronomy, okay, I'm not gonna try to say it because it's not gonna come out right. I don't believe in none of that bullshit. I don't. I believe that shit was. I believe that certain things were translated in a certain way to have us believing that we have uh, to indoctrinate us, basically, so that we believe that we have to struggle and we have to um, give all our power away, right? So that we can have some sort of reward in the end. Imagine you going your whole life believing that you have to serve and be a good servant, and just so that you can have a reward after you die. What sense does it make? What you know when you have a whole life that you can live being happy. And remember, happiness is predicated on your whole mindset and your perspective, because for some people happy is rich, lavish, luxury, and material things, and for other happiness is just being with family and being having a roof over your head, and just what I mean. So it just depends on what happiness is for you, but I feel like you can have a happy life, less the struggle. um, so I don't know why there's this thing ingrained in us, but and I think it's ingrained in us because of our past lives, where all we knew was struggle, right? With all the horrendous things that were happening to many peoples, indigenous peoples, and a lot of us have a lot of lineage from that. A lot of murders and a lot of things that are imprinted on our souls. So we know suffering, and we expect suffering. And what we are being, the reason for the reincarnating is to unlearn that. We need to unlearn the suffering. We need to unlearn that things have to come hard, that we need to struggle to have love, or that we need to um, accept less than we deserve, or we need to settle, right? We need to unlearn all of that bullshit. And that's just my perspective. But so I don't believe in that whole, I don't like that Job story. I don't like it. And I don't want to align myself to that anymore. I don't want to be like Job. I'm not Job, and I don't want to have to go through what Job went through. And you know, um so that triggered me. And spirit says that the gift is with, so there is this gift that is going to come in with the realization that you don't have to give your power away, or you don't have to be in this position of being victimized all the time. But it requires a lot of personal growth. It requires a lot of personal development. And I started finding the magnificence in you based on the concept of personal development, finding the magnificence in you, right? My title now, because I've never given myself a title. Have you guys noticed that I've never called myself a psychic? I may have referred to myself as a reader or tarot reader. I've never called myself a psychic, a medium, none of that. I am a transformational coach. That is what I am. That is what I align to now. And that's how I'm going to present myself to the world. That I'm here to transform lives. We understand? And it takes work to understand that you don't have to live like that anymore. Whatever you, however you've been living, you don't have to live like that anymore. For me, I've been living in depression. It is a stain on my soul that I'm desperately trying to clear out, to purge. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? Like, I have to constantly work on myself because it is addictive. Because if that's something that you've all you know. One thing I've noticed though with the whole depression community on certain social media platforms is that people are enabling very distorted views on depression. Yes, some people who get depressed don't have the energy to do things, but now I don't know if you guys have noticed this whole there's this whole thing where you're expected to be disgustingly slobbish if you're depressed. Like, it's expected. Like, oh, like if you see someone post their house looking like a whole pigsty, like looking disgusting, the first thing that they'll say in the comments is, oh, they might be depressed. And I don't like that because I'm a depressed woman and my house is impeccable. And I'm not saying that like you can't have a messy house because you're depressed, but I'm saying that that's just enabled. It's just enabling people to think that, um, enabling people to live in that distortion, whatever's creating a distortion in your life. If there's someone enabling it, how can you heal from it? How can you know, release it? There's people that make content around, oh, today I finally cleaned up. I'm a depressed person. They make content, and then this is pushing this distortion out. So I've suffered from depression, but and I'm not saying that, and again, and please don't take this the wrong way if you are someone that have problems keeping up with, organization and stuff like that. I'm not calling you dirty or anything, but I'm saying that it's enabling the distortion in your mind. Because remember, your external is a reflection of your internal. So even though I've suffered from depression, my depression's mild, in comparison to others. I've had very extreme cases of depression. Trust me, I've had extreme cases of psychosis. But what I've found is that people that live in extreme chaos, like I'm talking about, I was watching a video where this guy, he had to go into his roommate's room because it smelled so bad that he literally had to throw out her trash, and she had food and spoiled food, like tons and tons of spoiled food and trash. And the bed was filthy, and the food was on the bed. The food was all over the floor. And he was like trying to collect it because he couldn't take the smell. Like it was like like maggots, and this person was sleeping and getting up and coming home and getting up and just piling it up and piling it up and what would cause someone to go that deep? Now, some people just never had the home training to clean after themselves, right? And that's a distortion in itself. And if you don't correct the behavior, it's just going to be something that's a norm for certain people. But I don't want people to push out I don't like the how the distortion is being pushed out as it's normal. It's not normal. Being depressed is not normal. You understand what I'm saying? Having a distorted mindset is not normal. That's the reason why we have therapists and we have medication, all this other stuff, right? But I've suffered from depression. I've suffered from depression. And the most is probably sleeping all day, staying in bed all day. But I can't do a dirty house. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Right. Right. True. Hey, Jenna. Hi. Um, but I want you to understand the distortion and how mental illness is used as is weaponized. Have you noticed that? I don't know if any of you guys have noticed how mental illness they're weaponizing it now. It's almost like you're not normal if you don't have a mental illness. It's like you got to be you're part of the cool club now. You understand? It's every like there's a niche for everything now, and they're taking the community of people that are coming forward and saying, "I this is how I feel, this is my mental illness," and they're turning it, they're distorting it even more. And there's good and bad to everything. The good part is that there's a awareness, right, to get help. But then there's also that I have mental illness, so I can get away with being in this distortion, right? Oh, blame it on my mental illness. Oh, I'm a slob. Oh, it's because I'm mentally ill, so I can do this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, so it's become an excuse to not heal. So when you make a mistake and you're putting it out there on social media, all you got to say is, "Oh, I have a mental illness. I'm depressed," and people be like, "Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine." A normal person, right? And if you're a parent, then this you will align with this. And please, if you are just having a mental illness, I'm not downing you because I've been there. What I'm saying is we cannot allow ourselves to be enabled, or we should not enable other people. So if you're a parent and you have a child, and you know how kids are, and your child is really sloppy, they don't clean up after themselves. They don't want to wash dishes. They don't want to do this. They don't want to wash their ass. And you're always getting on them, to do certain things. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Me personally, my son's room start smelling funny. I'm getting on him, but I'm also getting in there checking and cleaning up. But if you have a child and they're not, you're not getting on them. You're enabling them, right? You're not saying clean up after yourself. You're not saying check on your hygiene, right? You're just letting them do whatever they want, right? What happens? You enable this person to live in that distortion, and they go on through life living in that distortion as adults. And then they infringe on our rights to clean fresh air because we got to sit next to them at work. We got to smell them. So we don't want that. Don't enable your kids. uh, Perhaps Job is about keeping faith in oneself to love. Job. Oh, you're talking about the story of Job. that he instilled what needed all along without his presence. I mean, if that's how you feel about that Job situation, the Job, for me, my perspective based on the story is the devil made a bet with God, right? The opening um intro of that story was the devil coming to God or to Jesus, or I don't anyways, saying I bet that if I take these things away, he's going to stop loving you. So how do we approach that part of it? But I appreciate your input. I'm not highly religious, and again, this is just me, and this is what I'm saying. Don't change the way you believe, and interpret. I want you guys to read it again, and I want you guys to get you an older version of the Bible and read that story again. hmm So, if you're not very clean, um, that's just a reflection of your internal, like your internal world. What's going on in internal? King James was a homosexual. I don't like this. I don't really like the King James version because he was a homosexual, and that's kind of like an oxymoron type of thing. No problem, and I don't have any issues with homosexual, but I don't understand how he petitioned the Bible when he had vices, and it is documented. So to be safe, to be safe, give me some more context for that, baby, because I kind of got off of the Job situation, so I'm not sure what you mean. Um, so yeah, so I'm not, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I want you to you got to take accountability because I used to hoard. I used to be a very organized hoarder, and I didn't realize I was a hoarder until and it was because I was attached to things. I used to hold on to clothes. I've still got fucking clothes in my closet that are over 10 years old. Please tell me why I still got these things in my closet. You understand? Like, so I do have like little tendencies, you know what I'm saying? But I'm organized with it, but then I have to clear out my closets because then my closets start getting too packed up with shit. And I gotta get rid of stuff. And it's hard for me to get rid of certain things because I'm just like, and it's not even like sentimental for me. It's like I never wore it. I didn't wear it yet. So I don't want to throw it away. You understand? That's what would it be for me. It's like I don't wear it's still new. So for me, and then I'm like, you know what? I just got to get rid of it. Thank you for your order, Miss Marissa. Okay, I'm about to take orders. um, and I don't want you guys to, and I appreciate that comment, Sunkist, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm telling people walk away from your beliefs. I'm just saying really do the research on your own instead of just going by what you were told. Read it on your own. Read it, read it, read it. Don't just go by what was preached in a sermon or that you heard in passing. Like I really want you to read it. Read it. You understand? So that's what I mean. Like I want you guys to freely speak it. I appreciate the feedback because I don't want you guys to think that I'm invalidating your beliefs. I don't want you to be like, oh, she's saying don't be a Christian. No, 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 no. I want you to do what feels right for you in your path. But I want you to not give your power away to where you're just going by what was told to you. I want you to learn and read and study the Bible. I use the Bible. I don't call myself a Christian. I don't believe that Jesus is God, but I read the Bible because Jesus in the Bible said that his father sent him multiple times. My father, right? It don't make sense that God needs to come into a human woman to be born as a man. Like, why did he need to do all of that? He's God, right? And I'm using he's God based on the context of the Christianity faith. I don't believe God is a human, but if the Christians are saying that God had to come down and be his own self as his son, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm never going to agree to that. I remember being in Bible study asking that question. I can remember as clear as day. I was like 10 years old or 12 years old. And the guy was like arguing with me, basically telling me that I just need to believe, I just need to, you know, I just need to know that that's what it is. Like the way he said it was like, this is what it is, and you're going to have to believe that. And I'm like, but it doesn't make sense. And I remember the guy going, it was a white boy. He was older. He was like a high school kid. It was a Bible study class for children. And I'm just like, but why would God need to make himself come down as his son? And why is it only the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost? Where's the mom? It didn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to me now why that is the case. Why the men, why they took out the mother? Why? Because they wanted to take because we are the ones that have the power. We are the matriarchs are the ones that are the spirit women, the shamans, the healers. We the one that have the power. There are men that have certain gifts, but it will never. You have to understand the woman is the one that holds the power, the true power, the creation, the creatrix is the primordial power. Um, we hold the fire. There's a reason why they took the goddesses out and the female deities out. There's a reason, and we'll talk about that one of these days. But the reading in itself is basically admonishing you to really believe in yourself and know that you're on a path that's going to lead you to something better. And we have gift here because I don't want to keep going off on a tangent. I do want to connect to everybody, and I want everybody to feel like this is a safe space to express and to be okay with feeling the way they feel. I don't want you to feel like, oh, she ain't a Christian. I can't watch her readings, right? And I don't like how certain readers try to Christianify their readings. And the reason I say that is because you're in there's different people, different kind of people watch tarot, right? From different backgrounds, and I think that what it does is it restricts and it kind of excludes people because you cannot expect everybody to believe what you believe because the whole issue I have with Christians is that they think that they're right and everybody else is wrong, and I don't like that because you're not even the oldest religion out there. You just came up on the scene 6,000 years ago. Most Christians believe that the world is only 6,000 years old. Okay, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why they took the 13-month out of the calendar. There's a reason why they added 1,000 years to our calendars. Okay. There's a reason why the Gregorian calendar is the calendar we use. There's a reason why the month of December means 10. DEC is 10. NOV is 9. OCT, October, is 8. Why are these months not aligned to what they represent? Why is October the 10th month and not the 8th month? Why is November the 11th month and not the 9th month? And why is December the 12th month is not the have you guys see this this is why it's important, it's imperative to use critical thinking. Imperative. So let me hurry up because Marissa placed an order. Um okay, Melanie. My experience was so bad, I flipped to the other extreme emotionally and personality. I was completely quiet, reserved, laid back. Now I don't shut up. Kind of annoying. Yeah, that's me. That's exactly me. Like you're describing me. I was the same way. I was the same way. I had my throat chakra was so screwed up. It took years for me to be able to come. You think that 7 years ago that I could sit on this YouTube channel talking the way I'm talking? You it would have been a complete I would not be able to do it. I physically would not be able to do it. I physically would not be able to do it. I couldn't I would be I'm stuttering. I would literally stutter the whole time. because I had such a blocking in being able to express myself, because I was so concerned about not saying the right thing, hurting people's feelings, or not sounding smart enough, or not being, all of this. I had so many blocks around that, but I'm so happy that those blocks are gone. I'm so happy that I'm able to just get on here and just talk my shit. There's something better. I want you guys to know that whoever's watched this all the way through, that you are on this beautiful path, and I'm claiming it for you, and I'm actually going to do some energy work on all of y'all watching, and I'm so happy that y'all stuck around. Yeah, all the massacre, all the things that the colonizers did to the indigenous people, to the African people, to the Asiatic people, were all based on Christian principles. If you read the Deuteronomy, and if you read the first book, the Old Testament, the Torah, it's all about killing. God is telling people to go kill, murder, pillage their land, enslave their women, rape their kids. Are you guys really reading the Bible? You're jealous God. You're jealous God that kills you if you worship something else. You're jealous God that doesn't want you to worship or to pray to deities that you were praying to before they came on the scene, the Anunnaki. Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me that God is actually jealous? That sounds like a narcissistic human trait. Why would God have ego? Why would we preach that God is above ego, and God is love, and God is light? But the Bible is telling us that God is jealous, and God is vengeful, and God is telling people to go kill their land. And then when you didn't, and then he says he curses his chosen people so that they wander in the wilderness, and then that they would have to work the land. Why? Because Adam ate an apple. So now we have to know suffering because of it. Are you guys really reading the Bible, or are you guys just regurgitating what was told to you? A lot of people that claim to be Christians are the same people twerking on the internet, drinking, smoking weed, getting high, popping pills, doing scams, fraud, stealing, boosting, promoting violence, listening to distorted music, doing distorted things, living in distorted thinking, but then they turn around and say they're Christian, so therefore they're better than you. Oh, we don't fuck with tarot readers. We don't deal with witches, because I'm for Jesus. But you turn around and you worship and do pay, and you celebrate pagan holidays. This world is do you learn the law of reversal. I do really need to start talking about stuff. I just don't like to, because I don't want to be it's a lot that comes with talking about stuff. You see the people that start talking about the truth, what happens to them? They go missing, they get arrested, all kind of weird shit start happening to them. Why do you think my channel doesn't grow? You think my channel doesn't grow just because it doesn't grow? Because I'm a reader. I know I'm reading right. I'm healing a lot of people. It's not because I'm not talented. The people that don't read, the people that are telling people to go do spell work and telling people to stay stuck in toxic relationships and misleading and misguiding, their channels are blowing the fuck up. You think this algorithm don't know what it's doing? Okay. I digress. You better wake up. And yeah, some people dropped out because they don't want me saying that, oh, they believe in something. They don't want me calling them out, because as long as they're Christians, it's okay. As long as they're Christians, it's okay. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't steal, I don't lie, I don't covet my neighbor. I don't do the things that they're told not to do. They do it, but then they're going to turn around and say that I'm going to hell because I'm reading tarot cards, because I'm out here helping people. And the only claim that they have is, oh, I'm Christian. That's why I can do what I can do. Because God died for my sins. Be very careful out there, please. Oh, I think you're delayed. I think that Melanie is super, super delayed. I think you're delayed, or maybe not. I don't know. no, I'm missing. I'm okay. Let me go back and read. Let me read a little bit, and then I'm gonna get Marissa. I still got. I want to book. I want to do at least 5 people today. 5 people. All right. I'm healing. I'm still learning. Okay, that's funny, huh? The world has been here a long time ago. Exactly. A long time. The person I co-host a show with, we have a live stream posted speaking exactly about this. The months, the times, and how the new year shouldn't be starting in the winter, etc. I feel that that lack of moral compass has caused people to go either social or psycho. So people are getting hurt and depressed, going into extreme emotion or shutting down with none. Right. I've been asking people, do they know what happened through the Christian Crusades? Melanie, yes. Hagar, I used to be afraid of expressing myself because sometimes I'm very harsh, but I don't anymore. Melanie, I really don't want to be in that place, to be honest. It ain't good. It isn't a good time. It's not free. It sucks. It's ugly. It's blank. Yes, feeling dead inside, or feeling invisible. That's a really bad feeling. It's apathy. So it's despondency. And when you learn new words, write them down. If you come across a word that you don't use in your normal vernacular, write it down. Write it down. Why? When you expand your vocabulary, you can understand people better. You can use critical thinking and you can comprehend better. Okay. Despondency is different than depression. Apathy is different than depression. Sadness is different than depression. This is why you need to know what words mean, because sometimes you're not depressed. Sometimes you're just sad. Sometimes you're apathetic. Sometimes you're indifferent, where you don't feel anything at all. You understand what I'm saying? So the next thing here is, that's why I don't attend church anymore. Religion is equivalent of gains. At the end of the day, laugh out loud. You have different denomination, and even though they're all representative of a higher power, it's a problem if you don't have the right denomination. Yeah, and you left church. Hagar saying she left church because she said something to the pastor. I challenged her, and she was pissed. Melanie, definitely a lot of justification enabling to allow downfall to happen. Hagar, they told me never to come back. Whoa, that's crazy. Why would your church tell you never to come back? That is fucking crazy. Very toxic and very crazy. Yes. And then Sunkist says Christians, for example, don't promote why and how great Jesus is. They are trying to explain why one is doing it wrong, and that they're going to hell if they aren't practicing it like they do. And Hagar was like, "That's my mother's family." Melanie, yeah, sorry, it took me a second. It was just something that popped up when you were talking about it. Just an aspect. Hagar, I'm going to hell because I can't see things. That's what they told you. I'm going to set up a PayPal. Okay. Hagar, scoop over, sis. Oh, I'm not highly religious either. I'm on ominous. I believe a little bit of everything in every religion, but I don't believe everything in every religion. Ironically, I was just reading it before I came on here. Wow. I'm going to hell because I read tarot. I'm very spiritual. Oh, wow. That's what they said to you. So they kicked you out the church because you read tarot. Mm-hmm. Well, since I've been born, I've been through hell, basically unlisted. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to read it all. I'm so sorry, Bellamy. I feel like you were meant to join this live today because this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you got to hear the beginning, but I do really think that you should watch it because I talked about lamination. So make a note of this because I want you to look this up. I want you to look up Laminations chapter 5, and I want you to read the whole chapter and read it in one of the new translations because I think that it will speak better to you than the King James version, because he's lamenting, he's crying, he's saying that God has forgotten about him and he's angry. And this is inviting you. This is God saying, I'm inviting you to talk to me. I'm inviting you to tell me how you feel. And I want you to know that just because you're angry at me, or just because you don't understand why things are happening, doesn't mean that I've forsaken you, doesn't mean that I'm not here, that doesn't mean that I don't love you. And I think that that's the message that we need to get from the bibliomancy, is that these are people that these are God's chosen people, and they even felt like God has forgotten them. And it's saying that there is a, and he says at the end, he says that God turned away from us because we sin, is this our punishment? And this is indicative of, are you really being punished? And I said, it's really about you punishing yourself because you've been through the situations. And a lot of us punish ourselves because we don't let it go. Okay. Religion teaches, spirituality connects. Those things in your closet could possibly be a time that you have learned a lesson. Perhaps it's a reminder. No, not really, Melanie. Some of those things are just clothes that I never got to wear. I just have a bunch of clothes that I just didn't never got a chance to wear, and I just don't have the heart to throw it away. But I donate. I donate my clothes though. I do understand what you feel. I've been sexually abused. Okay, I don't want to talk. I don't want to say that out loud, but I do appreciate you. I do appreciate that you guys are speaking this because this is a safe space. The reason I don't want to say it out loud is um, um, because I want you guys to feel empowered. I don't want to repeat it as if I don't know. I just want you guys to feel empowered in being able to express that. Okay. But I'm reading it to acknowledge you. Hey, everybody, like the video. Okay. You're not doomed. So let's talk about it. Something better. So this is what's coming out of this whole thing for the people that's been here. If you're just coming in, I do suggest you watch the whole video so it can make sense. There's something better. So Queen of Swords, something better for you. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you need to cut something out. And it is a broken heart. It is letting go of this rejection. You feel this sadness. You feel deep, 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 deep down inside. It is you finally being honest with yourself. Queen of Swords. There's something better. Who else? Being honest with yourself. It wasn't your fault. So here's a world card. So the world card came out, and the reason why it's in reverse is because you haven't completed a cycle. Some of you guys, what it is that you have to break some sort of soul tie or some sort of spiritual contract with someone. Lovers in reverse, bad decisions, bad judgment. Yeah, see, Spirit says work smart. No more bad decisions. Let's clarify, lovers in reverse. No more bad decisions. And this is about you not dealing with people that are not reciprocating. I can't fucking make this shit the fuck up. What the hell? What the hell? I'm telling you, don't play with her. She can read. She can read. So some of you guys, Spirit says, stop dealing with people that are not reciprocating. Stop dealing with people that are not ready, willing, and able to give you the stuff that you deserve. Some of you guys, these are emotional wounds. You are wounded because somebody broke your heart and you haven't been able to move on from it. So Spirit is saying you cannot continue to make these bad decisions anymore. And you got to understand that it was your fault. I'm sorry. I have to be honest with you. Why am I saying it was your fault? Discernment is a vital and important part of human development. And when I say your fault, I want you to really think about what I'm saying because I don't want to sound accusatory because I know that the other person did some shit too. Duh, 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 duh. We know that. But at the end of the day, when someone else does something and we decide to stay, or if we see this red sign, the red flags, and we decide to still indulge and to still engage, who fault is it? Sus. He was a cheater. He wasn't treating you well, but you got pregnant by him. He wasn't taking care of his other kids, but you got pregnant by him. He talks to his mom like dirt, like a dog, but you still dealt with him, expecting him to treat you different. I could give you all kind of different examples. Who fault was it? Take accountability. Remember, the judgment card is predicated on your choices. The consequences are based on your choices and decisions in life, not somebody else's. Yes, other people will affect our choices and decisions, but if there is an antagonist or antagonist in our lives, We have the power to cut them the fuck off. That's what I mean. All right. Nine of Swords. Damn, regret. Oh, so whoever this is, you got so many regrets. Oh my God, they hurt me. Maybe you are judging yourself too harshly. King of Swords. Damn, Hagar. Get out. Okay, Hagar, they're talking to you. Okay. I'm sorry. This is, and if you are new here, this is what's going to happen. I will pick you up and I will call you out, and not because I want to hurt you or embarrass you, because I want to help you. Um, it's sometimes when people hurt us, it cuts deep, 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 deep. We have all swords cards here. And this is on a mental level, really affecting someone. So I did get a queen and a king of swords. So if you're an air sign, the other one an air sign, I'm talking to you. Okay. So you have many, many regrets. You are very disappointed. And not only just by like one person, but I think that you're disappointed because you feel like you've been backstabbed by many people. And you are holding on to a lot of regrets because you regret letting them do it to you. I regret entertaining these motherfuckers. Why did I entertain you? But Spirit wants you to know that even though that situation ended and it did hurt and it did wound you and it did kind of hold you back a little bit, Spirit is saying you still can find success, right? And you know what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Jasmine Sullivan after the hurricane. What comes after the hurricane? What do hurricanes do? They come through. They create a lot of destruction, right? And then when they go, you're left cleaning up the pieces, right? But guess what? You have an opportunity to rebuild. You have an opportunity to rebuild. And this is your opportunity to rebuild and to move forward into your new destiny, into something better, something more successful. And what Spirit is saying is, although you've had setbacks, you're still learning, student, but you are moving into more stable, prosperous times, okay? Stability in relationships, stability when it comes to finances, career, and just being stable and being in a good space, okay? So let's end the collective there. I hope the collective was good. I hope you guys enjoyed that talk. I want to get to Marissa's reading because I know that Marissa might be at work right now. And I do have slots available. And because I'm such a generous person, if you book now, you get 2 questions for 25. And Marissa, you can get your 2 questions. So if you would like to get a reading, you can get 2 questions for $25 this morning. Last night I was supposed to come on, but I was not feeling it. That's why I didn't. I don't be wanting to come on sometimes when I'm not, you know, feeling all the way connected. It was time for myself, to me, myself, and I, you know. And I ended up sleeping. I was like, let me just like try to watch a movie or something, right? Because I was trying to connect the dots on some things um, pertaining to certain movies and stuff. You know how they reveal things in the movies, but girl, I was knocked the beat out. So we're gonna move into Marissa's reading. Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. It means a lot to me. I have the slots available. 2 questions for $25. Please pay with PayPal if possible, because I want to have my funds right away. All right. Oh, I got a stowaway. Hold on. I have a stowaway. There it is. This don't belong here. All right. Let's clear the energies. Miss Marissa, take two deep breaths for me. 2. And I want you to think about those 2 questions that you want to ask. Try to formulate them so that they're specific, and I'll do my best to answer them, okay? Oh, did you get my email, Miss Marissa? I sent it to you last night. or yes, I don't remember when, yesterday's. I think it was yesterday evening or maybe yesterday afternoon when I sent it. Anybody's wanting to start a business, like a tarot, like a spiritual based business, if you're interested and you want to learn how to set up your business properly, what you need to do, how, because I made some mistakes when I first started, and how you can set your business up so that your business is going to be set up properly, so you can have funding, so you can be able to buy things and grow and expand your business. I extended my business to Pinterest. Like I'm, using different tools to be able to market and expand. And I want you guys to make sure you're clicking on my link tree. I have it on my Instagram. I need to make sure I post it here on YouTube. I want you guys to visit, even if you're not buying anything, but please visit my Pinterest and please visit because that traffic actually helps there too. Okay. If you want to start a spiritual business, send me an email because I'm going to be setting up something where I can help you guys to set it up. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, like an ebook or something. Because if you are serious about like reading tarot and wanting to have like the business set up correctly, because trust me, um, I've done pretty well reading tarot prior to this year because I've been really focused on school this year, but I've done really well financially reading tarot. Um, but you have to do it the right way. We have magician. Wow. Marissa, is this your energy? And then if you are wanting to read tarot and you feel like you want to tap into different ways of reading to get the get the most accurate readings to really connect to your clients, I want because I already started, like I've already created a course. I've just never I still have to put the finishing touches and all of that jazz. But I want to do all of that and not have people come in and actually buy it. And I am going to charge my worth. I'm not going to make it super expensive, but I am going to charge my worth. So just be prepared for that because I don't want to keep, downplaying myself. Because I really feel like I have the skills to teach. Because when I read, I do kind of explain, like, why am I reading it this way? How am I getting this information? And it does take studying too, because you do need to know all the meanings. You can't just call every card the same thing for every reading. You have to understand how to read in context. You have to understand how to um, figure out past, present, future. Like you have to understand a person's question to be able to answer it correctly. Okay. So we're going to be doing Marissa. Put your two questions in, baby. What advice the spirit has for me to operate in my highest? So that's your first question. You're on Pinterest, sweetie. Are you for your business or just regular Pinterest? Okay. If you have a business and you don't have it set up for Pinterest, holla at your girl. But yeah, my Pinterest is on my. I'm gonna put my link tree in real quick because I want you guys to visit it. Um, I need to fix that. That's on me. I need to fix it. Let me go to my link tree and copy it. Just one of those days that your girl goes through. When I'm in don't want to take it out on you. Don't take it personal. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Oh, complex PTSD. There's my link tree. All right. Advice for Miss Marissa. So she wants to operate at her highest and holiest good. I want to get three main cards for Marissa. I want to stop. Temperance. Thank you, Shawnee. So we have Marissa. Let me put list. List. So we have Marissa, Shawnee, so far. Okay. Two more. So we have card 15, Wow, card 16. I love it. You want to know why I love it? Because this is giving me this is plotting out a path for you. They're in reverse, but Temperance, Tower, one more from Marissa. So you're in resistance, but beloved, you're in some sort of resistance. Ooh, and this is what's causing the despondency. This is what's causing the stale energy. You don't feel like things are happening fast enough, or something's not happening. We have the Page of Swords. So you got to look at something. Something. Ooh, I don't like the Page of Swords. Oh, actually, Marissa, I forgot to tell you, I had a really great conversation with our friend. Really, really great convo, and really and found we found some really good solutions for me. So I want to say thank you. It's so good to network because networking is important. So we got the Page of Swords for you upside down. And I want to say that this is a significator. My pants is all. I think that let me ask, who's this Page of Swords? Is this Miss Marissa's clearly energies? Is this Miss Marissa? I want to know what this Page of Swords means for you in the context of this reading, because it could be different things. Yeah, this is you. See, this is you. So you're waiting on some mail. You're waiting on some official documents. And has put you in some bad health. Yeah, see, this is you. See? And get you some Kipper cards. I have my list of cards in the description box. And I'm going to tell you my top favorites that I want you guys to start off with in a second. So if you need to kind of build up your collection, get you this Kipper deck. It is in my description box. I believe it should be. If it's not, let me know and I'll add it. Get you this deck. So you're waiting on some paperwork, some documents in regards to some sort of business venture. This is you're self-employed. This card is a self-employment card. So you're kind of concerned about building a business, starting a business, maintaining a business. Excuse me. And you're kind of ruminating over some sort of information, waiting for something to be official. But they're saying that you're in bad health because of it, because you haven't received some sort of communication. And this communication is about money, the Eight of Pentacles. And Spirit says, be in the energy of the Fool, releasing an expectation. They're saying there's a new beginning for you. So you've been a little bit in unbalanced because of this. You haven't received this information yet. You're losing patience with the Temperance energy. And what you're not doing in moderation, because it's a card of moderation, is the patience element of this. I feel like you need to be patient, clarified Temperance. So you're overthinking. Yeah, you're overthinking and your focus is on setbacks. So Spirit is saying change your outlook. Okay. And I'm going to read this card because it's important that this card is here. It says, whatever led you to this point in your life was to direct you to your highest purpose, your destiny. It says, believe in your dreams and your passions. Follow your dreams and your passion, but be prudent in the process. It says, stay within your budget, be prudent. So you feel like you're living tight. You feel like things are tight financially for you. You've had lots of setbacks with the Tower, and you're still in this real rebuilding phase. But Spirit is asking you to understand that there is some sort of new adventure coming. It's this new exciting adventure. So wait, you don't look back. You keep looking back, and because your focus is on setbacks, it's creating this resistance energy, and this resistance is preventing this new beginning from being able to come in. So you're in this energy of bad health, which is sadness or worry, stress, anxiety, etc. Clarify the Tower. Show me. Yeah, Seven of Cups. So you have all these things in all these options, right? Are these ideas, and you're kind of confused on what's happening or which way to go. what kind of decision that you need to make. Okay. The Seven of Cups is very interesting because it is a card of dreams. But let's see how this is being referenced in context to your reading, or your question rather. Like, because your question is what your spirit guides want you to know, right? What do you need to do for your highest good? So for your highest good, spirit is saying be clear about what you want. Be clear about how you're going to get there, right? What will it take for you to accomplish what it is that you want? What will it take? I hate that. Hold on. What would it take? Okay, my stomach. So what for you? And I'm just pulling up an external source because sometimes when I need to touch on a particular point, um, it comes clearer. Yeah, there we go. The truth will set you free. You're confused, basically, which I mean, but it comes clear when I get some certain words. Mm, okay. So the Seven of Cups is a card of new opportunities, choices, and at a time of illusion. When the Seven of Cups appears in a tarot reading, you have many options and opportunities from which you can choose from, which I already said. But it says, be careful. You are prone to illusions and unrealistic ideas. There we go. So the unrealistic idea could be tied to you having this expectation of something going wrong. Okay. Spirit says it's going to take lots of hard work for you to have this stability that you really want. Your financial future promises to be stable and prosperous, with predicated on you being persistent, you constantly working at it, you putting in the time, the energy that it takes to build and structure your business, to look for the right sourcing opportunities, to put in the time to educate yourself, to research, to learn, whatever it takes, right? So it says hard work is required. It says your efforts have not gone unnoticed, though. So if the unrealistic is tying to these fears, or these setbacks, it could be that you're focusing on worrying about what might not happen for you versus you focusing on what the potential of what can happen. So the potential of what can happen for you is success, right? But in order to find success, like I said, you have to explore. It says, keep trying. There are no mistakes, just opportunities to learn and grow. You may be called to explore careers to match your fearlessness and curiosity. So you may need to go wandering and trust in the unknown. So Spirit is saying, instead of you having all these unrealistic expectations, just trust. Trust that even though you don't know how things are going to come out, that they're going to come out for your highest and holiest good. Now, what's interesting is the outcome is the Four of Cups, though. Missed opportunities, let's hope not. There's something better. No, yeah, this is saying even though something doesn't happen, there's always something better. It's because something better was there for you. Okay. There was a better thing. The people with whom you spend the most time with, justice. Ooh. So either people are going there will be somebody coming in to help you out, or there is somebody that was did not do what they were supposed to do. Family room, poverty, false person. So you have somebody around you. I don't know if this is family, if this is a family member or people, but they are working against you. Remember when I first started, I started off with the Magician card. I want to say that someone is doing work against you. Okay. That's the first thing I want to tell you because it keeps coming up. But Spirit is saying that there is a disappointment, or there is somebody around you that is not for you. They don't want to see you succeed. They're what is this? Show me this false person. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Someone at work, possibly. Show me this false person. Is it reverse? Ace of Coins? No, I picked it up in reverse. Oh no, Eight of Pentacles and Ace of Coins. You're still going to have this. Give me a second. So they're wanting you to see that there is some sort of illusion or some sort of confusion around a situation, but they're also wanting you to know that there is this person or people around you that are contributing to this confusion. Um, and I'm not sure in what way yet. So I'm going to figure this out in a second. Because if Four of Cups is being clarified by people, how do they play a role in this stagnation? Did I not type it in right? No, I didn't. Because for me, the Four of Cups is being dissatisfied. Okay. It's a missed opportunity or it's an offer. Now, if someone is making an offer to you, this wouldn't be a good offer. And this offer could be an opportunity. This could be someone saying, I could help you with this, or I can do this thing for you. But it is a card of reevaluation. It's a card of contemplation as well. Um, so maybe you need to reevaluate something. It says when the Four of Cups turns up in a tarot reading, new invitations and opportunities are flowing to you. Remember, we already saw the Seven of Cups. It's saying that there's opportunities, but there could be some illusions. And then we have the Four of Cups, new opportunities flowing to you. But for now, you're saying no and turning them away. Perhaps the prospects do not interest you, or your cup is full, or you already have too much on your plate. Use your discernment, decide on what is truly important to you, and don't be afraid to incline. Do not be afraid to decline new projects that don't align with your future past. Be very careful. Be careful because Spirit is saying there is going to be something that is going to be offered to you, but there is something better. Do not take it because it doesn't align to your future. It's aligning you to this energy of poverty because whoever's coming in with this opportunity, it is coming in. They're coming in with a false promise or something false that is not going to benefit you in the long run. Okay, this is very clear. Now it's saying use your discernment to decide on what is truly important and do not be afraid to decline new projects that don't align. It also indicates a time when you're turning your attention and your energy internally to realign to this new phase of your life. You know what you need to be standing on before you can decide your next steps. While you may need to decline some very alluring opportunities, you do so knowing you will be better in a better position to say yes to the opportunities that are a better fit for you. So this is a very clear situation that's coming through. You're going to be something's going to come towards you, and Spirit is saying you need to decline it because it could take you off path. Okay, I want to see if I can kind of so someone is saying I can help you make this money. This is an offer coming in of some sort of maybe a job opportunity. It could be a job, it could be some sort of offer, but this is not the right offer for you. And I need you to really take note of what I'm saying to you because it could actually throw you off your path because Spirit's saying there's something better. You're going to end up having some legal issues or some. This is something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Be sure to be honest and ethical. So if someone is trying to get you to do something that's not ethical, decline it and just say no. I don't want to do that. Okay. So like if it's illegal, if it's cutting corners, don't do it. Yeah, because the person that's bringing this information to you is coming in as the Knight of Swords, and this is a person that's a liar. Or this is something that you need to stay away from. It's saying because you're not in a position to accept, or it's just not a good fit. You're creating the space within yourself where you're ready to accept new opportunities later, so that they can have the best possibility of success. Use this time for inward reflection, grounding, and contemplation before accepting the next big thing. It's going to look very promising. It's going to look very shiny, but baby, do not make a mistake here. Yeah. love block. So this, yeah, this is going to block you, your path. Don't do it. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Yeah, unexpected. Because if you do it, it's going to bring in some unexpected financial loss. Okay. So that's the message for you. They're saying it's someone in your community. You will be judged harshly. There will be consequences. And it could be that you could even go to court. So Spirit says reconsider decision, because whoever is bringing this to you, they are putting you at risk. It is someone in your network, and this person's envious, or this person may not want to see you succeed. So they're saying don't settle for whatever this is. Oh, I wish I could get so I got air, but I don't want to say it's air. Um, it could be family, because family room is here. What's family room for Marissa? And then we'll take the next person. Let me go back to see what you're typing. I gotta go get my charger before this phone dies. I want to know what you're saying. Toxic. So something around you is toxic. You're needing to move on. Spirit is saying take this time to heal, move on. Whoever is bringing this offer to you could be very promiscuous. So complete this, because it's not making you happy. This person's a hidden enemy. Okay? This person is a liar. And you've been afraid, whatever this is, it's triggering fear within you. And that's how you'll know. Shit, my phone died. I knew it was going to die. Reconsider a decision. This is a warning for you, my love. I don't know if they'll tell me the sign. Is there any signs that she should be aware of? And you're going to have to ask people. Be like, when's your birthday? If you don't know, just people that you might revenge. Okay, revenge, air. It's an air sign person. Okay, so think about the air sign people around you. Be very careful. All right, so that is your reading. Wow. So that's what your spirit. Oh shit, you got two questions. That's what your spirit. But I think that I answered both questions. What was your second question? Because my phone died. I don't know if I missed it. There you go. There you go. I can't make this up. You guys seen what she just said in the chat. I know that I know what I'm talking about. So the spirit guides are saying that so the message from the spirit guides is you need to take this time to get yourself together. You're not ready. Okay. You need to take this time to get yourself together. And heal and get and really right get your, and I sent you the thing to get your business plan set up, because remember when we were having that conversation and I was talking about, you know, what questions you need to answer as far as your mission for your business. And so when I do like so for example, like when I'm trying to create a marketing campaign, or when I'm trying to figure out what is going to um and I learned this through, going through another content creator who is very successful. So one of her things was, because I don't want to present it as if it's my information, I learned it from someone else. So one of the things she said was, um, in order to be successful, is to find out find a problem and find an answer to that problem. So let's just say you wanted to do like a business based around personal growth or self development. Find questions that people ask surrounding self development. So let's just say weight loss. So, what would be a good question for weight loss? The question would be, how can I lose weight? What are the fastest ways to lose weight? What are the best foods, or what are the best diets, right? Once you figure out the questions that people are asking, right, what would the solution be for how to lose weight? So you would provide the solution. Therefore, you have a product that can help people, right? Then you look at keywords such as late weight loss. And those keywords, doing research on keywords, doing research on what people are searching for when they go on the internet. Weight loss. Okay. Doing that research, figuring out how you can incorporate that into into answering or solving the problem. right? So if you're finding that people are asking about diets, and the highest keyword that's coming on up is weight loss or best diets, then you have to do research on what are the best diets and then create a product around that, right? Because in order for someone to consume your product or to buy your service, you have to answer a problem. You have to solve a problem for them. So there's going to be some research that you need to do as far as what you're putting out there, whatever this offer is. And I don't know what this offer is, right? We could talk about that in private. I want you to look at why this person is making that offer to you, and how that can affect you later on. And it could affect you later on because you may not be educated enough, and you may make some mistakes, right? You may not be set up properly. You may not be funded properly to be able, or you may not have the cushion to be able to take a financial risk like that. Okay. So, do you have a second question, or do you feel like I answered all your questions before I move on? Because if you have a second question, I don't mind answering it. Let me know. Shani, you still there? It's clear. I gotta plug this in. I hate this phone that these shoes make. Oh shit, I had a whole bunch of cards. Look, I didn't even have all my cards. Look at this. Look at that. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you. Um, whew, Chile. Let's look at Miss Shani. We'll talk about that. Don't do it, Marissa. All right, good. Thank you. Shani, I have worked in healthcare for over 20 years as a nurse. Oh, for over 20 years, a nurse for 50 years, but I'm not happy. I'm in the process of starting a spiritual business. Wow. Thank you. So when I talked about not being happy, you did align to that, right? Do you feel like you were meant to watch this video today, Shani? Because I really felt like you were meant to watch it. And we had a Zoom session before, correct, Shani? Did we do a face to face? I feel like we did a face to face. The people with whom you spend the most time with, Shani, is coming up. You have a gift. Oh, you was leaving work. Dirty energy. Why do I feel like we do a Zoom? Dirty energy for Shani, for our highest and holiest good, and our highest and holiest good of everybody involved. You have a lot. No. Okay, I read for you. Okay, no Zoom. Maybe that's a call. Maybe that's a call. You have a lot of anxiety in your I feel it in my chest. Take a deep breath. You have a lot of pent up energy in your chest area. strength. So it could be your coworkers, it could be the environment isn't conducive to your higher calling. Um, I think that you're being nudged in a different direction. I feel like the skill you have, the gift you have of healing and being in healthcare is going to be important into you moving into the spiritual path, right? Because you have lots of experience under your belt. You've dealt with a lot of people, you know what the pain, you've seen trauma firsthand, you know customer service, you know all of that. So I think that that's an important aspect of um, you moving into a new direction, but you feel stuck and it's tied to, and I was going to say predicated on, your decision is predicated on other people. For some reason there's something about people and the fear surrounding your relocation or you moving on into a different direction is predicated on how these people are going to feel about it, or how these people are being affected in some sort of way, because you feel trapped. So maybe a relationship is part of this. Maybe part of this relocation. Yeah, you want to relocate because I see you have hopes and wishes to relocate. So maybe um, relocating for this relationship, relocating to leave a relationship might be. And I have this older gentleman here. I don't know if you support, if your father is alive or you're caring for your father, but let's see what this is. Emotionally, yeah, see, not able to emotionally detach from someone, not your typical love story. All right, so two things coming up for you is there's definitely a strong energy of a relationship being resurrected. There's some sort of healing taking place before that can happen. My chest is super, super, super being affected by this. I was gonna say tight, but I stopped because it's not really that it's tight. But I definitely can feel it right on my chest. So your heart chakra needs some work, fine tuning. Clarify marriage. Yeah, caught up in the emotions. That's not even your question. You know, that's not even your question. Healing from heartbreak, lurking in the shadows. Okay, that's coming up. So this could be a man that feels this way, or you feel this way towards a man. Can you show me anything about relocation before I tap into this? Hey, LP, your father's alive. Hold on. Ooh, who is this man that got you in your feelings, baby? Hey, baby. So you do want to start a website. You have been doing some online research. You want to do something. So Spirit is saying do it part time. Okay. Spirit is saying do the business started part time. So keep a regular job. Okay. I know that it takes a lot of out of you being a nurse, working in healthcare because you work long hours. The Spirit is saying part time for right now. Okay. So they want you to start with thinking of ideas. So creating a mood board, finding out the color schemes of your website or how you want your website to look, like kind of doing the planning of this is what I want to do. This is how I want to have my YouTube channel. This could be even you know, starting a YouTube channel or something to that effect. But yeah, they want you to do it part time. Okay. Yeah, rebel. It says you're a trailblazer. You're a trailblazer meant to see things differently. So you set new paths for others. So your purpose is to be a trailblazer. Your rebellious spirit makes you a great system buster to teach people a better way. But there is an old belief about money that could be preventing you from getting ahead. And that's where that stability aspect. So the control factor is you don't, so you stay in the profession because the money is good. The hours are long. It's very you know, it's very stressful. Um, you know, but the money is good, is what they're telling me. So you stay because of the money. Um, because you don't want to be unstable, right? Because leaving would, you know, would not guarantee you getting paid, especially if you're just starting off. So part time, part time. Is there relocation? Caution, not yet. Spirit says be careful because that's going to be a huge financial decision. And they're saying use caution when making this decision because it will cause you to spend a lot more money than you are anticipating. And you may kind of have like, so there is some sort of change coming because Spirit doesn't want you to settle. Spirit knows that you're not happy in your current situation. Spirit says don't settle for a dead end job when you don't see any opportunities for growth. Though your money is stable, though your money is stable, you're not happy. So Spirit knows that you want change. You're not happy. You feel like you're settling for stability, but Spirit says that making a risk without thinking it through is it could bring up some unexpected financial loss. So Spirit is saying deal with things head on. So this is about really planning out your next action steps. So for the relocation, you're having to be cautious. So Spirit is saying you're being inspired and they want you to really trust in your intuition and where you're being led. Believe in your dreams and your passion. Whatever led you to this point in your life was to direct you to your higher purpose. There is a new exciting adventure. There is new change coming in. And yes, you are going to move in a direction where you are going to be stable, but you're following your destined path. So this is why they're calling you to pursue it, but do it to where it's a side thing, right? So figuring out how you can balance out your schedule to be able to do this on the side. You have some sort of wish fulfillment coming in, and it's connected to a relationship. That's what they want me to talk about. You're heartbroken. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's see what your feedback is. What was not at all? Clarify the not at all for me because I forgot what I said when you said not at all. Yeah, too much to think about. Yeah, you're thinking about a relationship or a person. What was the not at all directed to? Oh, okay. Not at all is like I'm not happy at all. Is that what you meant? Because I wasn't looking when you answered. So maybe I was talking about you not being happy. Yeah, you love taking care of people. You absolutely do. And this is why this part of your path. Yeah, not happy. So let's talk about this man for a second. What's going on with him? What's going on, Shani? You're thinking about something that was very hurtful. You're struggling with emotionally detaching from it. You do a lot of overthinking, okay? You do. So, caught up in the emotions, healing from heartbreak, and shadow work. So, you are kind of aware of the work that needs to be done, right? Emotionally. And it's because you had this love story that wasn't typical. Someone swept you off your feet, but it looks like it ended. And you're in this energy of strength in reverse. And for me, the strength in reverse is like, um, it's an energy of fear, resistance, and ego. Yeah, these scars and wounds run deep. So you're fearing, why do you feel stuck though? Are you in a relationship or this is someone it feels like you ended. It's not current. It doesn't feel current. This feels like this is something that ended and you're kind of healing from it. So, okay, is this person married? This person's married. This person's in another relationship. Was that what your second question was going to be about? A relationship? Was ask me the question so that I can see in what context I have to answer it. Because when I don't have a direction, it's like it's going to be all over the place. Revenge, negative patterns, masculine. Um, I also have an air sign, a possible air sign for you, but let's clear it. I have a resolution to these negative patterns. So the overthinking, the ruminating, the replaying events over and over and over. The resolution to that would be for you to release it. And I think that journaling would be the best option for you for releasing. hope. You're losing hope, shy, betrayal. Yeah. So you're losing hope on whether you ever meet somebody like decent. Like, will you ever get engaged? Will you ever get married? Let me see what you're saying. You booked? Okay, thank you. Oh, you are married. Oh, now that makes sense. That's what I was saying about it's predicated on how it's going to affect somebody else, the relocation. So basically, you're thinking about you have one foot in, one foot out. Okay, your ex is an air sign. Are you in this one foot in, one foot out energy? That makes sense. Mistake. Yeah, that makes sense. So you're in a marriage. You have some emotional wounds, and um, it's been affecting you a long time. And you're in this marriage, you feel trapped in it. And I see you kind of in this energy of thinking about making a change. And too many. Which to change because you don't have the strength. Yeah, one foot in, one foot out. That makes sense. And the air sign person really he did a number on you because that's the chest energy, the pain. I'm literally feeling your heartbreak. Like when I said my chest is tight, I'm feeling your broken heart. You're like I'm feeling it. Like as soon as I touch the energy, I'm like, what's going on? Like take two breath. Like I feel like I couldn't even breathe. The tightness was like, yeah, you're planning for the future. Yeah, you're thinking about your future a lot, but you feel this sense of love drought. So you feel a sense of just and part of that settling energy is part of work and relationship. So you want change, but you're fearing change because it's drastic, right? If you leave your marriage, if you leave this career, it's like unfamiliar and it's very scary for you. That you feel it in your heart because there's an emptiness you want to feel. There's a void that you want to feel. And right now you want to make the best decision. The only thing that keeps you going with this whole situation is the stability. The money is good. You're in a stable, like everything's fine with as far as the marriage is concerned. It's just the emotionality is not there. I think that there's a lack of compatibility when it comes to emotions, and there could be other things happening. But I think that the fulfillment you seek, you're not getting it right now in life in the way that you feel like you deserve. So you think that you made a mistake, okay? Or maybe he made a mistake, but let's see. What's the advice? What was your second question? Put your second question in as it like before I even started to talk. So who's this fire sign, Shawnee? And who's this karmic? Oh, this could be your partner. Yeah, we have low vibrations, new beginning. I want you to ask me the question so that I can answer it in the context of that question. What do you want to know? Past in the past. Yeah, whatever this air sign did, let it go. So, oh, he did, but I let him. Okay. I want you to tell me what your question is because this is coming up because this was part of your second question. Because I feel like you have one foot in, one foot out. Fire and karmic. Issue with reciprocity here. And yeah, you feel like you made a mistake. Okay. You're the Sag. Okay. So tell me what your question is. I'm going to wait for you to put your question in. I have 3 slots available if you're interested in getting a reading. They're $25 per reading. Pay me through when you go on the website and book, use PayPal. Oh, did I miss the first question? Okay, is there relocation in my future? Oh, the first question was, is this in alignment for me? Oh, okay. Okay, do you want to talk about this? Okay. So based on this that's coming up, what's your question? Based on this love stuff that's coming up, because this is what they want to talk about. So the relocation, not yet. Part time. Don't leave the healthcare career. Find something that works, that's more flexible, that gives you more time to be at home, or whatever it is for you that makes you unhappy with what you do. If you're working in an environment that's super toxic or difficult, maybe find something that's less and I'm hearing corrosive. I remember my sister's a nurse, so my sister, she had went into the cancer unit, and she hates it, right? And she never explained to me, and I don't need to, like, I could imagine why she doesn't like it. So there could be environments that are a little bit more difficult than others when it comes to healthcare. Some people work this. Can you imagine working in hospice? I couldn't do it. Hospice is, there's a lot, some people are built for seeing people die, and some people aren't. Some people are built for triage or emergency room shit where people coming in bloody, and some people are just built for just the quiet, slow, steady pace type of environment. So if you're in an environment, just maybe switch it up, but part time, and start planning out how you're going to do your spiritual thing, and then I could help you with kind of starting you from point A, like, because you got to do it step by step. You got to do it the right way to be successful. But they want to know, they want to talk about this. So I'm going to let you ask me, should I stay in my marriage? All right. So Spirit says believe in the divine timing. So yeah, that's good. So there's going to be a period of reflection, contemplation for you. You're stuck at a crossroads, but Spirit says believe in divine timing. So don't rush and make a decision just yet, because destiny. Um, yeah, spiritual work and self development. No ordinary love, and we have the soul bond is sacred. No, 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 don't leave it. You are needing healing, both of you guys, but there is this energy of back to good old times. This is your divine counterpart, but you're just going through some sort of block right now. Unless this means that there's somebody else that needs to come back. But let me see. Let me use a different deck, because this could be somebody else is coming back in, because I did see air, and I see karmic. So maybe your husband's the karmic. Show me karmic. Clarify karmic. Yeah, lessons of Mars. There's too much distance. Yeah, I think that you and this person that you're currently with, you're not in alignment. And I think that there could be a coming back with someone else. But let's double check. Karmic. Show me the sign. Yeah. You're not happy here. Justice. It's not, the relationship is not balanced. Show me who she's with. Show me the husband. Show me his sign. And show me if she should be with him. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, dedicated effort. Spirit says keep working on it. But see, I see you working on it, but then I see that in this Eight of Cups, not eight, you have a lot of emotional baggage. Yeah, new love, new phase in love, an external party. Ugh. So right now there's some issues with you and your ex. I mean, you and your husband, and you're still struggling with releasing baggage from the ex. There is going to be I feel like if your husband's cheating, okay, or if you made mistakes, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some sort of working it out, or there's going to be an ultimate, an ultimately there will be a decision made, but not right now, because I do feel like there is this contemplation. Like, you need to really think this through first, to figure out what it is. And Spirit is saying it's really what it is your past is getting in the way. They're not really saying that it's the husband or you. It's Maybe both of you guys have some hangups from your past that's kind of causing you guys to bump heads. Show me who her divine counterpart is. Somebody else. It's not the main, because if it was your husband, it would have said main male. It's not him. It's the other person that's your divine counterpart. That's what I thought. Yeah, you're right now unrequited love. Sagittarius, I know you ain't a hoe. What? What? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Hoe? What? New beginning. Okay, raising your vibration, new beginning. Union. I don't know who the hoe is. Spirit, don't do her like that. Clarify. Hoe. Maybe they're saying that he's a hoe. The main male's a hoe. Okay, that's what I thought. So he's not the one. You know that. He has secrets. He's cheating on you. But you are going to reconnect with someone from your past. Because he sure did. I'm sorry. I just have to read it like it comes out. So even though you want to leave, you're not going to do it right away. Even if I tell you what's going on, you're still going to stay. Okay. So that's why Spirit says believe in divine timing. Just hang tight. Really think about what if you really want this, if you really want to give it up because of a few mistakes. Because, like I said, this could just be him making a mistake. Because I asked who's her divine counterpart, they said somebody else. I asked who's the whole, they said your main male is. I mean, it don't get no clearer than that. Will her and her husband work things out? No. Okay. There's too much distance. You guys won't work things out. And eventually there will be a separation because he's sleeping around behind your back with somebody. All right. So that's your reading. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep going because I don't want to give up too much information. But you know this. I mean, you know, I've done readings for you before, so I'm sure I'm sure I brought all this stuff up before. Okay. So that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. You guys can, if you want to book, you can book up to 2 times if you have any other questions, but I do have slots available. Okay. I'm sorry, Shani. They didn't say the air sign. They didn't say the air sign. They said somebody else. I think that the whole air sign situation is you needing to really heal from it. Okay. I think you married your husband because you didn't want to be alone, or you just ignored the red flags and married him anyways. Because I see you realizing that that was a mistake. So I want you to think about that, and I want you to write about that, and I want you to journal about that. And because you don't want to go into a new situation and then make the same mistake again. You may not get married again, but entertaining people that are not right for you is a thing, is a theme. Okay, spill the energies. So Hagar booked. Hagar, you put your 2 questions in, my love. Thank you for your donation. Ooh, sorry, I gotta do the invoices for the other people. How did you feel about that, Shani? Sorry. Did you understand why they were asking you to be caution, to use caution before making a decision to move? Relocation, check your finances and make sure your finances are kind of where you need them to be, because relocating means looking for another job, and then you're gonna have to go back into healthcare, and then you're gonna be unhappy. Is that what you really want to do? Do you want to relocate just to be unhappy? Because I don't think that's what you want. Oh, I'm going to put it back on the table. Can you hear me? Miss Hagar, can you hear me? I just wanted to read what she was writing. So we're going to clear the energies for Miss Hagar. Okay, good. Put your questions in, please. I got 2 stocks available before I take a breakity break. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a break and come back. Right. And if you do move, what about the assets from the house? If you're a part owner, you don't want to just give up those assets. Think that through too. Okay, I think that's another thing you need to know. I appreciate you guys for helping out by donating. Um, I'm on the struggle bus right now, so I do need support. And if you want details, just message me. But I am looking to get support in other ways. So if you would like to support, you guys can always cash at me. But of course, you can always reach out and I could tell you why. I just don't want to put it out there. Because there's always somebody watching, lurking, listening. But I do need a little help. So if you guys are willing and able, mostly able to, I would really appreciate it if you want to message me. I'll let you know what's going on. Um, I'm just reading. I'm gonna put it back because I can't see. Right, Shani. All right, Hagar says, "What does Spirit want me to know about my present circumstances?" All right, I'm gonna have to use a different deck. Oh, read this out. And I'll pull if I need to. So let's start with Tarot for Miss Hagar. 2 questions for 25. If you're just jumping in, you're lamenting or you've lamented. I do see you being very determined. But then we have the strength in reverse. Um, so you're going to have a little bit of a setback, and that's going to kind of make you feel. Um, let's see. 3 cards. I'm going to pull these off camera. 3 cards for Hagar. All right. Call upon Archangel Raphael. Thank you for your divine healing intervention. So there's something involving children, but I don't think this is you. Let me see who this might be. 1 second. I'm pulling other cards off camera for her privacy, family, clarify children, thoughts. Who's thinking about leaving a stressful situation? Who's thinking about this? Show me the person. False person. So someone wants to leave a false person. Show me who that is for Hagar Moses. Damn, I said your whole government. My bad. What the hell? Poverty. Show me who this person is leaving this stressful situation. Message of concern. Can you show me? Like, damn. Main female, main male? Or somebody else? Privileged lady. Somebody else. Why is that important? Okay. So this is what's coming towards you, but this person has to be freed. This person is staying in a situation because someone's just had a baby or some sort of child is involved. You are facing a love drought with the Five of Pentacles. Um, and there was some sort of bad decision that was made with the Judgment card. Okay. Who made this bad decision causing this love drought? Who made this bad decision, please, in the past? So there was some communication or information. Okay, this man did. So Hagar, what's coming through is that there's a man that had made a bad decision due to some information that he received. Okay. I see that um, I don't know why you're reading centered around this man because you're asking about your current circumstance. They keep saying that someone made a bad decision and this is affecting your current circumstance. What was the bad decision that this person made that is affecting Hagar right now? Spirit says, believe in divine timing. They're still working on some sort of change for you, Hagar, to get this situation back on the right path. Okay, so they're saying that you're in this current situation because someone really hurt you, and they put you in this. They put you out in the cold, and that created a love drought. That created some a stagnation in your life, and it was due to this person making a bad decision and choosing um because they're saying he was focusing on what's his occupation, maybe work, because he's regretting this decision. Clarify life purpose. Yeah, someone was supposed to leave a situation and take action. That's what they were being guided to do, but they didn't. So somehow this affected you. How is this affecting Hagar? The people with whom, because there's people, people are the people that he decided to deal with. They don't want him to be independent. So they attacking her because of this man? Because why are you bringing him up? Yeah. Are they attacking her? The people with whom you spend, yeah. Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant, the devil. Two of Pentacles, juggling. Um, this is a as an archetype. This is the mind, and this is someone not being able. This is someone that's being controlled, like mind control, like someone that doesn't have their own. It's like they have thoughts. They have their own thoughts, but it's like they're letting other people control them. They're letting beliefs, constructs control them, like construct, social construct, other people ideals, or they're supposed to rebel. This is saying this person's supposed to rebel and cut out these things, but they're not. They are because they're unable to because of the devil. But how is that affecting Hagar? Because she's asking a specific question about her current circumstance. They're saying take it easy, okay? So you need to take it very easy at this time, physically. Yeah, Two of Cups. So these people has caused um, this separation. That's what they're saying. Two of Cups in reverse. They caused him to reject you. How did they do this? How did they do this? Four of Swords. Mhm. Four of Swords. 10, 11. How did they do this? Four of Swords. Four of Swords is restlessness. This person isn't healed. This is because the Four of Swords is a mental card, and it is a card of a lack of sleep, a lack of rest, um, a lack of solutions. Let me see. Because in the upright is rest, relaxation, and the exhausted, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation. So it's deep stagnation. But in the reverse, what it's reading to me like is it sends a powerful message that you need to take time out to rest and recharge your energy. You may be working long hours, giving your time and energy to others. And my question was, how is this affecting Hagar? What was my question right before then? What are they doing? Yeah, what are they doing? What did they do to cause the breakup? Okay, what did they do to cause the breakup was my question. So in context to what I asked, right? Because that's how you read it. I'm asking what did they do? They insert with the Four of Swords in reverse. They caused him to withdraw and to retreat because the energy in reverse is someone giving their time and energy to others, and they put so much stress and so much demands on him that he basically didn't have time to focus on a relationship with you. And what they showed me is because it was due to a child or children being like someone is being maybe child support, maybe there's something here that's involving a very stressful situation and they're saying children. So did he get somebody fucking pregnant? Because look at this baby and a baby. And now there's so much stress that he doesn't have time. Because listen to this, you may be giving your time and energy to others in need or involved in a highly stressful, demanding undertaking. And it says, leave a straight. This is what I pulled off of camera. And I said, who is this? And they said, a man. So this man is so stressed the fuck out that he kind of forgot about you. And it was because he had made a bad decision. He got involved with the wrong people because it says the people with whom you spend the most time with shape who you are. So he's exhausted. He's running on empty. He doesn't have time, energy. And right now, this is an energy for rest, but he isn't getting rest because it's in reverse. So he's unable. He's unable, right? They got him when he was vulnerable. Another thing that's coming through is withdrawal, right? A retreating. Now's the time for a detox, or he's escaping the situation. But the question was, what did they do to make him break up with Hagar or to disconnect or separate from Hagar? And they're saying that he's sick. Like they stressed him out to the point where he's sick. He's mentally not well. Okay. They cause him to not take any action towards you. He is so he is stuck, and it's a binding. And I know it's a binding because it's a mental thing for him to where he's not even checking for you. So they did some love spells on him. Let's check it out. Clarity energies connecting to Hagar. Um, okay, so I see a phone call. So you had a yeah, look at that. So you had spoken to him and he had told you something the last time you spoke to him. Yeah, he had mentioned something about a relationship that he was in. So there's a soul tie. I told you he's minded. I told you that. I told you this man is minded. Yeah, failed. They caused this situation between you and him to fail. They binded him and mentally to get him to feel like he is stuck. His health is not well. Oh, and they also fucked up with they're messing with your health because it's a card of bad health. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Show me what they've done to Hagar. Because I think that's the question. I know I asked about what did they do to Hagar to show me what they've done to Hagar. Show me. How has this affected Hagar? Four Swords. How has this affected Hagar? Because I want to make sure I'm answering the question correct. How has this affected Hagar? How has this affected Hagar, please? Don't leave, but it's the opposite. So maybe they didn't want the person to leave them, made you sad. Bad karma. Yeah, that's what you're experiencing. We have Gemini, we have married, overthinking, freedom. Yeah, this woman did not want him to leave. And because of this hatred, we have past. So there was some sort of hatred and there's something happening in the future. So it looked like this woman did not want this man to leave her to be with you. And she has some hatred in her heart. Okay, let's get clearer messages. This man was married. Freedom is coming out again. Relax. Okay, so Spirit is saying things will be okay, but there's some sort of anger because the World card is the failure. The World card. So they're saying that whatever this person is doing is going to fail, basically. Whatever they're doing, and the bad karma is not you. I did say you, but it's not you. It's the person that's doing whatever they did. The people who did it, they're the ones getting the bad karma. I misread that. I misread that because the freedom energy is tied to the world card. That's why I saying relax, because the world card means it's not over yet. Because these people are going to get bad karma, and then you will be freed. He would be freed from whatever this is that's keeping this situation stuck. The Four Swords. Because why am I saying that? Because the Knight of Wands is right here. Okay, the Knight of Wands is, that ties into promiscuity, but this is also a change. Okay, they're also letting you know that this woman is very jealous and she's a fire sign. She doesn't want to let the past go. She doesn't want to let go of whatever he did, but she's jealous because I guess she found out maybe that he wanted to be with you. I don't know. She ain't happy about that. She not happy. Yeah, the truth will set you free. Yeah. So he needs to be set free. See, he's fighting to detach emotionally, but the temptation is too strong. The spell work or whatever the fuck is going on is too strong. Why are you letting me know all of this about her current circumstance? So there's a fire sign here that might be involved in this. She's coming up as a Sagittarius. This fire sign. Let me know if that's the right sign because she's coming up as the Knight of Wands. She's extremely jealous. She wanted to see this situation fail. But they're also saying that whatever she's doing in the present moment, she's going through bad karma or she will get her karma. Yeah, engagement, an offer. Yeah, so she blocked an engagement or an offer because of addictions because she didn't want to let it go. All right, so tell me anything else we need to know for Hagar. I'm not reading anything, by the way, but I will. We have, okay, you need to get some sleep, and also you need to get some a massage. You need to get Reiki. You need to get some sort of healing work done, like physical healing. And you notice how he has his hand over his womb? You need to get a massage. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me to know that I deserve to receive massages and self-care. So this represents self-care. And Spirit says you need rest, a good night's sleep, and divine interventions here. So whatever this is, they're saying that there is intervention. So something that's happening to you is predicated on somebody else's anger and jealousy towards you in this situation. I do want to say that. So the masculine that's tied into this cannot move on because of this jealous woman. I want to clarify jealousy. Can you show me who this is? Jealousy. I can't make this up. So if I'm saying who's this jealous person in the same marriage, that means this is his wife, right? Do you all agree? That means this is his wife. But she's under divine judgment, baby. Okay, because she went against the child of God. And we know that's a no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, stop. Lord have mercy. She's a Sag. Okay. Yeah, because the Knight of Wands is coming up as this is what was clarified. I know there's a lot of cards, but that's just how I like to read. I like to just pull them out. Look, Nine of Wands, fire, jealousy. That's where I got it from. I didn't just make that up. Sagittarius, Nine of Wands is Sagittarius. Oh, you're going to sleep. Thank you. Okay, good night. I didn't even notice that. Sorry. Okay, so let's look at this ending energy, and then put your second question in just in case. I might have answered it. I might have not because I didn't expect for them to tell me this. To be honest with you, I thought they were going to talk more about you, but they're wanting you to know this because they want you to know that this is part of the reason why you've been stagnant and you've been having like physical issues too. But I didn't get a full confirmation on spell work. But Spirit is saying a lot of the things that you're going through requires you to get like physical things. A lot of it is because you're not getting sleep. Okay, because again, you need sleep. We have real feelings. So the real issue is you haven't forgiven him because you feel like he treated you like oh shit, my bad. Yeah, you have to forgive, but they're saying that he doesn't love the Sagittarius, and they're calling her an HOE. Wow. Wow. But they want you to forget. His real feelings is he's want forgiveness from you, Hagar. And you have to forgive him. And you have to listen to me. Yesterday I started to type, practice what you preach, Hagar. You want to know what I was going to type? You know why I was going to type that. Because the same reason why you was telling me to do something and I didn't want to do it. And I was like, well, why don't you do it? And you were like, but I don't want to do it. But then you're telling me to do it. I'm like, but I don't want to do it either. So, but well, we both know why, like, right? Because our pride, it's pride. But I understand. But I want you to not necessarily reach out because you don't have to. But I want you to forgive. I want you to really try your best because I keep telling you you're repressing, and I told you and I mentioned this in multiple lives that when you repress, it turns into um it manifests into tumors, all kind of cysts, all kind of issue. And you look at where the ailment is. And if the ailment is in the womb, there's a lot of shame. Womb issues is tied to shame. And he put you in a position to trigger a lot of shame surrounding your worthiness, surrounding your womb. And because and also your diet, you're eating stuff that's feeding the problem. So you have to make sure you don't eat sugar. Sugar feeds it. You have to make sure that you're not eating certain things that feed and make them grow. Okay, because cysts can grow based off of the foods you eat. Okay, so the strength card in reverse. Let's get you a final message. You suppress, and I want you to do turmeric. I want you to do tea and put turmeric, fresh grounded turmeric or turmeric powder. Yeah. So he needs to resist this woman, and this because she has a hold on him, and she's using children. I don't know if he has young kids. I didn't think he had young kids. I think she's angry because maybe he got somebody else pregnant. I don't know. But there's definitely some sort of child involved. Clarify strength. This could be highlighting childhood wounds too. Yeah, engagement. Yeah, jealousy. Again, see, fire. The fire sign is jealous because um of the engagement. Like he's dealing with other people. He wants freedom. She's angry, but spirit says, don't worry, things will be okay. You don't have to worry about her because she is going to fail through of wands and the strength. Or whatever she's doing is not going to work. I want to know why the strength is in reverse. Yeah. There she go. Coming from the motherfucking corner stove. She's being judged. She wants his money. Clarify Three of Wands in reverse. Found out that he was dealing with another woman, the main female. She's trying. She's saying that if he leaves, I want to take everything he has. So he's staying because did he already leave her? Did he already get a divorce, or is he still trying to get the divorce? Because he's trying to not lose money. Tell me what's happening. Will your living situation change? Okay. Well, her living this. Oh, this could be answering that question actually. This could be answering a question for you, Hagar. But let me double check. Will her living situation change? That's what he told you. I see someone giving you a gift. Someone is going to give you some sort of money to prevent this law. Yeah. But I'm also seeing a loss. Occupation. Okay. So he's gonna give you a gift, or somebody, an older gentleman is giving you a gift. Clarify that. Is her financial living situation going to change? Yeah, see, they said it again. They're saying somebody in there's an old person in bad health, or you need to tell him about your hospital health stay. So you need to tell somebody that something about you being in a hospital or your health. You need to tell them, and they will give you some money. Yeah, because he's wealthy. Yeah. So they're saying, tell this person that you're going to be in the hospital because this is a hospital, right? Doesn't that look like a hospital, a nurse? And this man is wealthy and he's going to give you money. He's going to help you out. Okay. That's what they're saying to me. Or tell them about your health. It's not give us your care. Yeah, you got to tell them that you have some sort of health issue. Yes. See, that's the spirit saying yes. Okay. So easy does it means that you can't, it's a card saying let go, detach and retreat to let go. So letting go of what happened, so that you can get over the fear of asking for help. But you need to ask for help because he is wealthy and he has it to help you. Tell him about your health. Tell him about the fact that you're not working, occupation. That was the other card that came out. Occupation, you don't work, you're not working because of your health. Also, they're asking you to consult a nutrition and to get alternative medicine. So you need to ask for a second opinion or using a treatment or modality that's going to be better for your health. So make sure you're consulting a nutrition and doing more research. No caffeine. No caffeine. Okay, caffeine feeds those things. Okay, so if you drink coffee or teas, make sure they're decaf. Final message for Hagar. Yeah, no caffeine. So do more research. I don't think you need what you think you need. Okay, what we talked about, but you're being asked to do more research because they come back. Okay, so even if you do what you I don't think you should do it. I'm just going to tell you right now. I saw a video even before I had that conversation with you, and it's now coming to me, and I'm going to send it to you. It's so weird because when the video came up, I watched it, and then you tell me what you tell me, and I didn't connect the two together. But now I'm visualizing the video and visualizing actual holes in a woman's, because he was like, don't do this, surgery is so invasive. And he showed a picture of the ovary and there was holes. Because he was like, this is the treatment for it. And it was like them drilling holes and extracting. And he was like, you really literally get holes all up in your whatchamacallit. And he was like, the sad part is it's not permanent. It's just a temporary fix. We have it's acceptance. Yeah, it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me to accept that everything is going in the right direction. Yeah, and that's where you're at right now. So you are in the energy of acceptance. I just think that you're repressing um lessons of Uranus red flags. Yeah, paying attention to the red flags in Mars. I don't think this is for you though, but let's see. Clarify. Plus three. Message. Message of concern. Lovers. Yeah, this is not you. He's going to realize that she's cheating, or whoever he's cheating with, he's going to realize that they're just using him or taking advantage of him. He's walking away from that person. So the main message is coming together, but Spirit is saying that you're overcoming self-limiting beliefs. Both of you guys are mirroring each other, okay? There is intervention, and oh, I'm so sorry that I did not show you. Did I not show you Expect a Miracle? Expected Miracle was at the bottom. I just realized that I didn't show you that. Expected Miracle came out. That means that you're going to have miraculous healing. Um, Miraculous healing. You do need a nutritionist. You can heal, and you are staying positive, but you're, at least that's what you say. But they're being asked to stay positive, and you can naturally heal yourself. That's what they're saying here. Okay, about your current circumstances. So that's for your first question. And your second, this second situation is going to be healed when, but you need to focus on healing from heartbreak. Okay, you need to focus on truly healing from heartbreak. And I'm going to be creating a workshop to help you guys to really learn how to do that, and to learn emotional intelligence, and to learn being authentic in your emotions and not bottling it in, but guising it under the guy, hiding it under the guise of, oh, I'm just trying to be positive. No, healing is ugly. Healing is raw. Healing is painful, and healing is being, explicit and being and owning who you are, the good and the well, I don't want to say good and bad, the shadow and the, owning every aspect of yourself, including your shadow, right? Because we're not perfect. We this is dual. We live in a dualistic world for a reason, and it's not about there cannot be light without darkness, right? So, with that being said, I feel like you have to do research before you make the decision to go ahead with the procedure. Tell me more. Yeah. Release control. Be flexible. Allow the universe to work its magic. Don't lose out on an opportunity. So this is about asking for help. Yeah. Like purpose. Yeah. Oh, I see you being very happy because you see you accomplishing something. What is she accomplishing here? I see you being very happy. Yeah, you're gonna be very happy. I see you reuniting. I see you reuniting, and then I see that person, the person he's married to, going into poverty. So she's getting karma, and I see everything she took from you. You will be getting that back. Everything that was taken away from you. Yeah. Message of concern. I see you getting news. News about what? A raise, a promotion, some sort of money coming in. And this could either be on his end or your end. Clarify who gets this news. Yeah. Whoever this person is getting, this is what they're getting. They're getting nothing. So if he's been struggling to like get this divorce, it's going to happen. And he's going to win. He's going to end up winning because I think he was struggling because she was trying to get all like his money. So his money's kind of tied up, but I think that that's going to come to an end. And he'll be able to leave her like for good. Like he'll be able to walk away from that situation because he's very stressed out because she's trying to get the money. So you're being asked to be patient, okay? Even though things are unclear, there's a reason why you're going through this, and this is a learning experience for you. All right. So it says, what is meant for you will never leave you, Hagar, with the life purpose card. What is meant to be will never leave. And I see that there is a partnership coming in for you. And I see new opportunities. And I also see you're moving into a different career that's going to be better for you. That's what you should be focusing on. Like once you heal, like once you finish recovering, I want you to see, like, really plan on what you want to do. Like what do you want to do? What do you want to do to make money? moving forward. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close it out, and I'll come back in an hour or two, or maybe three. All right, bye. Thank you. I love you.